Do you hate the whites? No, sir. We don't hate. Why is that grown up? You suppose that the Muslims
this is
are a
false
hate
propaganda
white
to scare Negroes, to keep them from coming, because Negroes by nature love their enemies. They pray for those who use them. Negroes by nature don't hate nobody, and so they can make people think that we are a hate group that'll frighten them. But we don't hate white people. We know white people. We know the history of white people. For example, if a tiger broke in this room now, I would beat you getting out. If a rattlesnake broke in here, I'd beat you getting off of the stage. I don't hate rattlesnakes. I don't hate tigers. I just know I can't get along with them. After learning the nature of the snake and the tiger, I don't want to try to eat with him or sleep with him because I know that he might bite me. So now
you don't think that we can ever get along. I think that was your point.
I know whites and blacks cannot get along. This is nature. It's getting worse every day. The latest government fact-finding committee just said that things are becoming to be separate, just two societies, black and white. That's what we've been telling you, separation. Now the government admits that that's coming. White women have got gun clubs all over the country, learning how to shoot at black targets. Understand they're making guns that'll shoot through brick walls just to get Negroes. And
do you believe that?
I know it. I said Mayor Daley in Chicago, I think somebody ordered helicopters or something just with these rats and rotating machine guns on them, and all they breeding dogs that just attack black people, all kind of spray and mist and banana slick. And
comfortable with whites? I don't.
I'm uncomfortable.
Are you uncomfortable with me right now?
No, I'm comfortable. I'm real comfortable with you. Of course, I know how far to go with you. I'm not going to go home with you now and flirt with your daughter. I'm not going to try to push you out of your suburb. I integrate so far. So we don't. That's why I like Governor Wallace. He tells the truth about things.
You like George Wallace?
Yes, sir. That truth he tells, we like. He tells the truth.
You believe that?
I see him telling the truth.
You don't believe he's a tough influence in this country and a bad influence?
Well, I don't agree with everything nobody say, but I like what he say when he says that Negroes shouldn't force themselves in white neighborhoods, and white people shouldn't have to move out of the neighborhoods just because one Negro comes. They don't want to sell the house to him, he shouldn't. Now, that makes sense. If a person don't want you, why do you want to push yourself on them? And Wallace is admitting that this ain't right, and let the people do what they want to do. They need local government where they can decide what they want to do in their own community, and just don't make some northern so-called liberal come in and bust the neighborhood up, and they all have to pack up and go somewhere else and always be.
What would you say for your people? They're living in deplorable conditions in Chicago now.
Mm-hmm.
They're living in terrible conditions. Chicago
this is all over the world living in terrible conditions. This is why Elijah Muhammad teaches us that they need some land of their own where they can produce and build their own homes, schools, factories, and hospitals, since they're suffering and been turned away from many of whites, and get some land. Since we helped build America to be fit to the richest states on the planet, fought in all American wars to help maintain and uphold the government, why not should we have some of the land where we can build and construct? Negroes are doctors, Negroes are lawyers, physicians, mechanics, plumbers, electricians. Why not can we go somewhere now and build a future for our children such as other people? Why should we just remain beggars and employees? Why not can we go and a job?
But do you think this could happen? In other words, you want some land in the United States.
This land should be here or elsewhere. Just like all people. No people can be free and independent without land. No people can be free if they can't feed themselves. No people can be free if they don't clothe themselves. Negroes are 22 million people, Elijah Muhammad teaches us. We don't make shoestrings. 22 million people don't have a toothpick factory. 22 million people, if you white people close the grocery stores tomorrow, we would starve to death. I'm not allowed to earn a living here. I'm not allowed to leave the country. And I have about $10 million in contracts in foreign countries, European and African countries. And the government has taken my passport so that I can't go out here to work. Then I cannot work in America. So, and I can name many more people.
But you can't say, though, can you, Mohammed, the simple thing that one race is righteous and another isn't. We all have our faults.
I'm not going into that, I just said.
No, but all I meant was I can't leave you saying that, in the sense you can't say that one race.
Well, I would say that weapons, all of your guns and your bombs and your poisons are created by your white race.
You can't say that, though, Mohammed. We all have faults.
I would say whiskey and homosexuality. If you go back to England, your country, Europe, when they kicked out the old,
with whiskey and homosexuality, wherever you go.
A lot of the whites were kicked out of there. They say there's trash. They say so-called.
No, but I mean,
they're the ones that land here.
You can say certain. you can say that there are certain things that for instance, come and stem from
I'll
white
say one
people.
thing.
But I mean, on the other hand, the black race is equally, we all have our faults.
Well, I would say
I mean, cannibalism, where does that come
I
from?
would say this.
Where does
I
cannibalism
don't know about cannibalism. Elijah Muhammad.
You believe something which I happen to know isn't true.
Now hold it. What is it that I believe?
You believe
It's not true.
You believe that the entire white community is your enemy. I happen to know it's not your enemy. I doubt if there's anybody in this room who is your
I'll tell
enemy.
you what.
But I do believe that just as Hitler persuaded all the Germans to believe that all the Jews were their enemy, that the people are engaged in spreading this kind of virulence, and that some very, very sincere people get caught up in it. You're an example of it.
22 million black people in America. Who would you say our everyday common enemy is? What other country, what nationality? I mean, you have the nerve to be on a TV show like this and look at me like I'm wrong for saying Elijah Muhammad is poisoning you by telling you that we're your enemies. And I feel it and see it every day. And every black man watching this show know you are enemies. And you have the nerve to stand up here and say Elijah Muhammad is poisoning my mind. He cannot teach us that you are enemy. You taught us. And your people daily, Martin Luther King is bumped off unjustly. Adam Clayton Powell bumped off unjustly. They took my title unjustly. They killed Megazeva unjustly. All the integrators who love white folks was unjustly kicked out of Washington. They've been deprived of education and poverty throughout the country.
Now, I don't say I hate you now. Don't say that. I know now. I was going through Mississippi on a college tour not long ago. Stopped at the filling station. Have a long limousine. I pulled through and I traveled it because a lot of times I don't like to fly. And the fellow came out and said, "What must I give you, boy?" And had a fellow with me said, "Boy." I said, "Shut your mouth." Restroom. Well, I don't think it's working. I said, "Thank you, sir." I'm not going to stand up. I'm the champ of the whole world. You want me to fight for America and I can't even use the toilet. You want me to, what you talking? I don't want to do that. I had a right to say I'm the Olympic gold medal winner. I'm Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay. He's mad. He called the highway patrol and Klansman might be around. I'm way back in there by myself, and I can't box that good. You understand? so for that booby trap, I said, "Shut your mouth. We'll go down the highway and find a place we can go." We went a little farther, and we were welcomed in another one. So what I'm trying to say is, I know where to go and where not to go.
What is good, my people? We are live back again on the forecast. And I haven't been live on this channel in like 2 weeks because YouTube blocked me. So, what I'm saying, they removed the block. So I wanted to come on here and holla at y'all. And by the way, I can't put the videos on here probably till like after February, or they're gonna try to take this whole channel down. So if y'all still want to see the premieres, y'all let me know, and I will put them on the other channel. But let me know in the chat right now, and let me know in the comments if y'all still want to see the premieres. But you gotta subscribe to the other channel. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't put them on here for a while. So. But definitely y'all want to subscribe to the other channel anyway, because it was a lot of crazy shows over there. You know what I'm saying? And definitely subscribe to my brother Bakari channel. What's going on, my brother Seymour? Slang Nocturnal, what's good, bro? I appreciate all of y'all for coming. Pelage, my sister Erica, what's going on? But yeah, we definitely had some interesting shows. We did a show about YouTube itself. You know what I'm saying? We examine what's going on and why my channel getting blocked. You know what I'm saying? So that was a good show. We also talked about a young brother down in Georgia, and I keep saying his name wrong, but hopefully when Bakari come on here, he can say that. I'm good, my brother. I'm good. How you doing? But hopefully, he can say that. But yeah, we had that conversation, and then me, Blue, and Bakari, we had a interesting conversation over there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can definitely check it out. That's why you want to be subscribed over there, because I don't know when I'm gonna be black. You know what I'm saying? But yo, I definitely appreciate y'all for listening, and y'all for coming on. All right. And I'm gonna put the link in the chat, but yeah, they definitely on my channel, and I get it. I'm not even mad about that, like, but definitely because we was supposed to have another show, because the show we did about YouTube, you know what I'm saying, a brother named Ben, Ben, my brother Ben, he got his own website, and I'm gonna put that in the chat. I'm gonna put the link up, Bakari. Hold on, and hold on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and just put it in there now. But yeah, my brother Ben, so I'm gonna start, what I'm saying, doing stuff over there too, what I'm saying, just to make sure I don't get blocked. And he trying to get StreamYard over there too. Cause I don't even know if I put that live we did about YouTube on here, they wouldn't block me. You know what I'm saying? But again, like a lot of interesting stuff been happening since my channel got blocked, you know what I'm saying? And not just here, but everywhere, you know what I'm saying? But all of this stuff showed me a lot of stuff, and I'm glad I talked to, what I'm saying, a wise brother earlier, and I need to word what I say, what I'm saying, more wisely, what I'm saying. So yeah, bro, Car, you can come on anytime you want. But let me say this though, like, but it has shown me that, what I'm saying, like, there is different ways to approach the truth. Is different ways to approach life, you know what I'm saying? But the key is working together, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Like me, maybe it's because I haven't had the same kind of experiences, you know what I'm saying, with black people, and I can't judge. Oh, I'm good, my brother Slang Nocturnal. How you doing, bro? And I can't judge other people's experience, you know what I'm saying? And I personally haven't got done that dirty, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I also like trust people with what I would trust them with. You understand what I'm saying? But I definitely get that it's all sides to it, and there's a reason behind this, you know what I'm saying? But my whole goal is to get to the underlining theme of it all. Because one thing, and I'm pretty sure it's not news to anybody, right? Yo, black people hate each other. Like, it's crazy how much black people really like hate each other, you know what I'm saying? Look for reasons to argue with each other, you know what I'm saying? In the words of my brother Nas, blatant or indirectly, you know what I'm saying? Like it's really crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe it's new to me, and my brother MG2 said it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's only like one group of people, or not group of people, but one thing in the universe. Everything else in the universe understands that. Yo, what's going on, Bakari? Yo, what's going on, my brother Bakari?
I'm talking on mute. What's going on? What's up to everybody in the chat? Peace to the chat. What's going on, man?
Ain't nothing. Hey, Bakari, what's the young brother in the Atlanta name again?
Malachi and Potter.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Because I was talking about all the shows we had going on the other channel since we haven't been on here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard you. I know they got mad with you because you put the white girl picture up.
No, well, I don't know if they did or not.
Well, that's when they got mad. That's when we couldn't do videos over there, right? After you did that show, right?
No. We did that show over there. I don't even think they know about it because that one ain't as big as this channel. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not as blacklisted. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, they blocked me because of a video I did about, I think it was about, I don't know, I think it was about Asians or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
But you
yo,
know what, man? Our last show we was doing over there on my channel, me and you, a dog day, Blue, guy came on the panel, you know. I think that was a good show. But I think people, and I said it on the panel, but I'm gonna say it again. Like when the dog day said he don't see a movement. I had to rebut that, right? Because you think it's not a movement because it's not 100,000 people with you. The movement started with one person, started with two people, started with 5 people. And what we doing? Making Team Black known and out here working together, putting up businesses, what we showing, we helping people get jobs. You understand what I'm saying? And then we got other business groups that if people want to be interested, that's the movement. So it is a movement. It ain't 100,000 people. And I'm glad everybody don't see the movement. Because what happened when they see the movement? That's when they come at the movement, right? So everybody who's getting all the popularity right now, appreciate that, Sister Erica. So everybody who's extremely popular right now and getting out of recognition, let them keep getting the recognition. And man, we gonna keep doing this. And about time everybody know who we are, we gonna have more things in order because we gonna work with being Uko too. He's Team Black as well. You understand? So we gonna have that where we can don't have to be on YouTube all the time, building our own platform. People think because it's not, like I said, if it's not a million, it ain't a movement. Not 100,000, it ain't a movement. 5 people start the movement. The people here, me and you on this panel, and the people in the chat with us, we all a team. So we are the movement because we are always listening together and we're trying to figure out a way to work together and we gonna schedule where we can meet. So we are the movement, and the movement is now. Go ahead, bro.
oh yeah, definitely, yo. Because Bakari, I want to say something first, and then like get your opinion on it too. And then after that, I want to ask you a question kind of pertaining to that. You know how we was talking about leaders and stuff like that. I want to ask you about. I want to get kind of ask you about that. You know what I'm saying? So yo, let me say this, but like everything that's been happening, and Bakari, everything that's been going on with like people trying to drag people into stuff, and then other people saying stuff, and then like but you know what I'm saying, Bakari, because I'm not gonna say anything like that because I don't get into it.
Mhm.
But that shows me that like black people have a supreme hatred for one another, right? And I asked a wise older brother, and I asked another sister too, a wise sister, and I asked them like, yo, how do you get black people to stop hating each other like for 5 minutes, not like hating each other, you know what I'm saying, but like more stop hating each other more than the hating the position that they're in. How can you get them to hate the position that they're in more than each other, at least for 5 minutes? And like they said, it's one of them said like, what I'm saying, you might as well try to dry water, you know what I'm saying, or try to make water not wet. And the other one was like, they fear that integration has run its course because this is like a unique problem on top of the greater problem overall, you know what I'm saying? But the broken homes and all of this stuff is like, especially after the crack epidemic and all of this. And then like I understand what y'all saying, and not that because I don't even want to get into that, but because like I understand that like because I haven't had the same kind of experience with like other black people, you know what I'm saying? But I also agree with what MG2 says when he said everything when you're in a state of war could be used as a weapon or a tool. You know what I'm saying? And I also think that something that has been done has a opposite to it. Everything has an opposite to it. So it can be done like somehow, but not that it has to be everybody. And people get that twisted when you say that. But when you talk generally, you're not talking about everybody. You know what I'm saying? But like, yo, you want to say something about that real quick though, Bakari?
Well, I'm a firm believer in you use the tools that at the tip of your hands to build yourself up. I'm a firm believer in that. And once again, peace to everybody in the chat. Rashid Holmes, Jermaine Thompson, Erica Howard, Seymour, Sister Raw. Peace to y'all. And if I didn't say your name, blame it on my brain, not my heart. But we we supposed to use everything. Like I was on the panel with some people, and they are diehard. They're absolutely against capitalism. But we are in a capitalist society. And I couldn't get them to understand, well, you have to use capitalism to build the society that you want. Everything we do, like the great Dr. John Henry Clark said, everything that we use is supposed to be, everything we touch is supposed to be used for our liberation. And if we're not going to use it for our liberation, we need to throw it in the trash can of history. So I agree with that, right? So now when you spoke on leaders, one of the things I hear a lot of Black people saying is we don't need leaders, right? Everybody lead themselves. Look and see what's going on, right? We have been leading ourselves, and look and see where we are. See, we have to be honest. We are animals, right? When I'm saying we are animals, now I'm talking about everybody. Humans, the human species, we are animals, and we are pack animals. And every animals have, everything have leaders, and that's what we are looking for. We're looking for, a lot of our people, we're looking for good leaders, right? So they lean to a lot of these people on YouTube who's spewing hate toward other Black people, and that become the leader, because it's easy to twist you up. And you say, why we have so many problems with one another? It's easy to twist up and make us go at one another, right? And the reason it's so easy, it's the turn the other cheek and love everybody, right? All power to all people, love everybody. You understand? But when we went out in the streets and marched, and it was okay for white people to punch you and beat you, we didn't give that same message when we came back to our own neighborhoods, to our communities. It wasn't, it's okay. Don't fight the brothers back on the corner. Show them love. It's defend yourself. When you in your, so now all that anger and all that fire that's inside of you, that we have been told to suffocate it when we're around other people, because we're afraid of how people going to look at us. They say we're going to get slaughtered. Anything we can think of, right, to suppress it when we're dealing with other people. But now when it comes to us, it's unleashed, because nobody ever told us, turn the other cheek. It's okay, brother. I love you anyway. You my brother. You know, when we hear the I have a dream speech, the I have a dream was, I dream of little Black boys and little white girls holding hand in hand and everybody being together. We don't hear the I have a dream where I have a dream where Black people, we're together and we're hand in hand and we're building our communities. And because those speeches are not going to be as popular, the Marcus Garvey speeches is not going to be as popular. You understand? Because they choose our leaders. And when I'm saying they, I'm talking about their media, not just television, not just radio. Now it's social media, because they put certain things in, they put certain people in algorithms. What they want to be heard, they put it out there so everybody can hear it. What they don't want to be heard, like your channel or like my channel, MG2's channel, they will suppress that message. So they're not going to put us in algorithm the way they put the other ones in algorithm, who's talking negative about other Black people. You know, when you can find you can do a video and say something about what they did for the Asian people, and they block your video and they block your channel. But you can have a Black man sitting up on YouTube and can tell another Black man, when I see you, I'm going to stab you in your chest, and nothing happened. He's an algorithm. Have about 600,000-700,000 subscribers. They put him, but he got kicked off eventually, but not for that. But do you understand how we can sit here and call each other the N-word all over YouTube? They love to hear us speaking to one another like that. I don't think, when I say we have problems with one another and there's a lot of hate, sometimes I don't even think that we hate one another. We have been taught where it's okay to let our frustrations go on one another. So everything that's bottled up inside of us, we take it out on us. Once again, because when we marched across that bridge in Selma, Alabama, it was okay for them to come beat you, chase people down, shoot them, and kill them. You understand? You understand? Don't even take a weapon. Don't do anything. We gonna love them. I hear people say love conquers hate. But I'm gonna tell you, man, and this is my saying, and I have a shirt that said, love defeat hate only when you love yourself. If you don't love yourself, love will never defeat hate. Because when you love yourself, you ain't gonna worry about hating other people because you know what team you on. You don't even have time to hate them. And the reason you don't have time to hate them because you have so much focus on loving yourself and loving your people and building yourself up. Well, hate can't even enter. You understand? Not that you loving them, but you are loving yourself. And you are the black man is loving brothers. The black man is loving sisters. The black woman is loving other black women. The black women, they're loving black men. And we are becoming a unit again. And once we become that unit and we continue to work toward that unit, we don't have enough time to say, I hate you. Because that hate is going to get in the way. Because that hate, we can tell them we hate them, but we show the hate toward us. If that makes sense, if what I'm saying makes sense. We say, I hate you. But then when it comes to us, we show each other that we hate each other because of all this bottled up frustration, because of everything that we have been through in this country over all these years. We are people without a home. We are people, you hear people talk about a nationality. Do we truly, is American our nationality? When the 3/5 clause is still written in the Constitution, they didn't erase it, they didn't take it out, they didn't do anything. I like to say I'm an American-born African. We are homeless, but we are not motherless. I know we live here and we have houses and we have somewhere to live, but I'm talking about us as a group of people, a piece of land that's ours. We are homeless, but we are not motherless. Africa is our mother. We don't have a home because of everything that has happened. And some people is so comfortable with it. They are so comfortable with being homeless. They are so comfortable with being homeless where they have started to reject the mother. And it's just causing more and more confusion amongst us as a people. And I'll yield the mic because I might be rambling. Go ahead, Forecast.
No, you good, my brother. And you know, I agree with you or whatever. And I agree with you, my brother. And you know, I'll say this, yo, because black people, we talk about love our way and hate and love and all of this kind of stuff, emotions a lot, but we rarely talk about business. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to be talking about yo, I don't care about love or hate, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Bakari, like you were saying with your dump trucks, like, yo, when you go have this load here, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't love or hate you. Like, we talking about business right now, you know what I'm saying? And like, yo, when it comes to this, like, yo, it do make me mad. Like, if YouTube take my video off and I be putting a lot of effort into it. But the thing that kind of get to me, you know what I'm saying, is the fact that, you know what I'm saying, that black people find reasons to hate each other so much. And I don't know if it's like, just a trauma bonding kind of thing or whatever, because they just like to be like, you know, not just speaking on black, but that's just a general issue that we have, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if we you know, just got that problem, you know. So like that's the thing that make me be like, yo, so like I do this because you know what I'm saying, like it's not to get into no issues. Like I really want to destroy their system, like for my reasons, you know what I'm saying? Like when we out here, when I talk about a sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? Like I believe in like if and not saying anybody should, but like when you're at war, because people will take it the wrong way when I say sacrifice your kids. But when I say that, I only mean training them to be prepared for anything. And that's why I use Medgar Evers as the example, because he stood up on what he believed, knowing what was going to happen to him, and him and his wife prepared them and their children to be ready for anything at any given time. Like they had plans for like if something happened to their house. Now he could have said, no, I'm not going to do this because I put my family in danger, but he chose to go out there and he chose to be a rider, you know what I'm saying? And it took for his wife to be able to be cool with that and to teach his children that. It took his, you know what I'm saying? It took everything for that to line up, you understand? And it's not only that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like being subject and under control of somebody else, how they can just switch it up anytime. Now we can always build the stuff that we want to build, you understand? But we just don't have the faith and trust in each other, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that really gets to me, you know what I'm saying, is how much black people like really like don't. And I understand, because when you're in proximity of each other, those are the people who do you dirty, you know what I'm saying? But we have to understand that there is a bigger thing at hand, you know what I'm saying? Business is business. You know, even on YouTube, right? People will be beefing and beefing for years, but then they'll put their beef aside to go beef with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But we can't do that when it comes to the enemy. And it's something that we always say, you know, it's a fear thing, you know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, like it's a lot of stuff that like I have a problem with. Like, yo, like, you know, I can keep going, but yo, Bakari, I'm gonna let you go ahead and go in, my brother.
All right. For freedom, Pledge asked a question. Since I recognize Africa as our motherland, do I think we should all go there and start fresh? Not all of us. And I'm gonna tell you why not all of us. Even though Africa is all of our mother, everybody don't see Africa and don't want to be there, right? And I don't want to try and force nobody to be somewhere they don't want to be. But they still our people. And as much as I might talk bad about the coon or whatever we want to call them, right? We're supposed to have a system set up where we working together all around the world. For those of us that have opportunities in Africa and can create businesses and help build bridges going back and forth. That's what Marcus Garvey, that's what His Excellency Marcus Mosel Garvey was trying to do. Because I know everybody ain't gonna want to go. So the ones here, and once we build that connection, we supposed to be working together. I would say some of us need to go to Haiti, right? Because we need to be a global people. We need to be where our people are. And when Haiti defeated these people, Haiti said any black person that can make it to Haiti is free. See, a lot of people don't know that's why they sabotaged, made sure Marcus Garvey boat was sabotaged. Too much plans got out. I want you to look up and study and you will see. Everybody knew what Haiti did, right? So therefore, they were trying to block him from going to Haiti to build his military. So no, we supposed to help each other all around the world, right? All around the world. All of us don't have to be in the same spot. All of us don't have to be the same ideology. All of us don't have to. We don't have to have the exact same or nothing, but we still supposed to look for one another and toward one another, because your kids is my kids. Your family is my family. And we're supposed to make sure that we are taken care of. And that's what MGL, Metric Global Logistics, is working on. They want to be a freight forwarding. Freight forwarding is, it's of course, first is becoming freight brokers. Then freight forwarding is where you can deal in other countries. So we are looking for Africa and some of our family in South America, where we can have docks. The goal is to hopefully sooner than later to have two ships, where it's black-owned ships when we moving cargo across the water to our people. And hopefully we're in a position where our people is making some of the stuff that we are moving. Now we know in this world, the way the world is now, we won't be making everything, but we also won't be used and we won't be at the bottom because we're in a position. You made that, you trying to get, and you need somebody to move it. Can't nobody move it better than us. So it's okay to move other people's goods. It's okay, because in this world today, you're going to deal with other people in business. And that's what we have to understand. So, and that's what we are working on at Metric Global Logistics. So yes, we want to be worldwide. We have brothers and sisters in the UK. Everywhere we need to link up, however we can. And for the ones that's extremely comfortable here and don't think there's no better place than America, and they call themselves Black Americans, and they love this place, as long as they're not hating on us, we can work together. That have to be the thing. They don't have to have the same ideology that I have. You know, I have a friend that's call himself a foundational Black American. I have one friend that call himself ADOS. But as long as he ain't hating on what we are doing and hating on the mother, Africa, and hating on Pan, it's okay. We don't have to have, but the goal is for us to make sure, because everybody ain't going back to Africa. Everybody don't want to go back to Africa. I know that, and I understand that. Even though I think everybody, all of us should visit, but everybody don't even want to visit. We've been here all these years, and all the family you know is here. That's why my mama, when she went to Africa, that's why she didn't stay. Because she said all her family was here. But if she had gone to Africa before she had any kids, when she had gone with my dad, her husband, before they had the 9 kids they had, she said she would have never come back. But she came back because this is where her family is. This is where her husband, my daddy, was buried. And this is where she's buried. But we have to look outside of America to start dealing with other people on other levels. We can't just say this is going to be ours and that's it. You build by working together. That's how we build. We want freedom, we free ourselves. We want equality, we give ourselves equality. We put our money together. We want reparations, and I've said this about 25 times. We want reparations. It's 48 million Black people in this country. You're going to tell me 2 million Black people can't come together and start putting $10 of money in a pot to make sure our businesses and everything taken care of? I'm going to go down to a smaller number, something I said for Team Black. Let's say we got 10,000 people to give $5 a month. Think about that. Or 10,000 people to give $10 a month. Do you know what that could do for us?
Or just the birthday challenge, Bakari.
Yeah, I was gonna go there too. We got a birthday thing. We put the email list in there. And Erica, I got to get with you because you got to start checking an email for us. Erica Howard, that's gonna be your job. I didn't ask you, but I'm letting you know now. But we got to put the email list. Think about that. Let's say how many people in the chat now? This thing says 6. I believe it's probably more than that. So it's 8 of us together. And everybody give $10 every time somebody have a birthday. It don't seem like much, but that's the movement, and that's us coming together, and that's unity. Or if you can't give 10, give 5. If you can't give 5, give 2. If you can't give 2, give 1. If you can't give 1, shoot out well wishes. But that's what we need. Forecast, I'm gonna let you speak because I'm gonna speak on with everything that's going on with the HBCUs, if you don't mind. Forecast, after you speak, because freedom, inequality, or comfort, I want to speak on the HBCU thing.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna say this real quick, and then you go into that, and then because I want to ask you about the leader thing, and then I also like because just to wrap it up with the the title of the show. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yo, I'm gonna say this real quick though, Bakari, because like yo, I agree with what you're saying, and I like I said, because that's my goal to get us to work together. But the thing is, right? Like we have to talk about business, you know what I'm saying? Black people talk about emotions, you know what I'm saying? Like we rather argue with each other than do business with each other globally, you know what I'm saying? We rather run from who we are than to just get up out of that situation. Now, like the email is in the chat. If anybody got the answer to get how to stop get Black people to hate the position they're in more than hating each other, please put the answer in the chat. But you know what I'm saying, it's that trauma stuff that you're gonna have to get up out of, because we have to start focusing on business, and like everything is used as a tool, you know what I'm saying, a tool to build yourself up. You think those Chinese people like those Africans, but they sure is going in their country. We are the only ones that be like, no, I ain't doing that because they don't like me. You know what I'm saying? And on the other end, because it's not to take advantage of nobody, like we all as a people have to start thinking this way. Now I understand we as a people, like all of us, we come from tribes and we still having these tribal differences. And you know, it seems unlikely that people will even send representatives from each group, you know what I'm saying, just to meet and talk about relative issues like how we're going to actually feed the people, because all of your doctrines and stuff is irrelevant if you can't feed the people, you know what I'm saying. But that's a whole nother thing, because that's a part of what I want to ask you about the leadership stuff, Bakari. But yeah, go ahead and go in on the HBCU thing.
Okay, look, what I wanted to talk about, you know, I hear people, now do we think, because I hear people say reparations, right? So do we think free education should be reparations, right? Or forcing these people to do what they say they're gonna do, reparations, right? So I'm gonna show you something. I'm trying to, it's buffering right now. I'm gonna put this link in the chat, right? And when I say how I'm raised and what I come from, right? When y'all get a chance, look this up. And I've been trying to get some of these, I've talked to about 3 or 4 of these so-called YouTube leaders who have big following. And they claim they want things to change about this case. Oh man, it didn't let me put it in the chat, my man. It's on my phone, but it didn't show up on the but I'll tell you what to Google and maybe you can put it in there.
Hey, hold on, that was on the other page. You're not a moderator on this one. Hold on.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you, I'll put it in the back chat and tell you what to look up, right?
No, I just made, you could put it in there.
Oh, you just made me one?
Yeah,
All
you
right.
go ahead.
Well, anyway, I'm about to put this case in the link, right? And I want y'all to look up this case. It's the Ayers case. It's gonna say Ayers versus Fordyce. I got to look it up again now because I put it in and it didn't go through. Ayers versus Fordyce, right? Jake Ayers is my father. And when I say how I was raised, now he was dead when they won the case, but he sued the state of Mississippi in 1975 for education equality, right? You understand? So he didn't just say they owe us, right? We went and we did something about it. So in order for these HBCUs to start getting money, I asked some of these people who got a following, let me come on so we can talk about it and I can tell you about the case. And this is a case that I think all HBCUs can come together and sue the federal government, because my dad and my mom, they won that case. The HBCUs, Jackson State, Alcorn, Mississippi Valley State, ended up total. He started the lawsuit in 1975. He won in 1996. He was dead. He had been dead 10 years. Each one of those schools end up with about close to $500 million a piece. Should they, are they owed more? Hell yeah, they're owed more. But that's just the beginning, right? And the problem I have with these so-called YouTube leaders with these great big followings, right? They're not interested in talking about anything like that. So if we're gonna say something is old, let's get together and do something about it. My dad was offered 6 figures in the late 60s because they were trying to shut the HBCUs down. I used to ask him why he'd take it. You know, I was born in 72. When I got old enough, me and my mom, we'll talk. I'm the youngest of 9, right? So it'd just be me and them, right? He said, because rich white people in Mississippi, he said rich white people, because he had a job off in New York. I want to say DC, LA, but I know for sure New York, DC. In his late 60s, he said rich white people in New York know white people in Mississippi. He said they don't want to give me a job. He said they want me out the way. He said, so if I go to New York to take their money, within 3 years, they will accomplish their goal, which is to shut down the HBCUs in Mississippi. And he's saying once their goal is accomplished, then I'm fired. Plus, I believe we need our own businesses. We have to start. We need to do for self anyway. Stop begging people. I put the link in the chat if anybody interested in trying to look that up and read about it. See, when we talk about stuff that should be taught in school, and I'm not just saying this because this is my fault, but read the case and you'll understand why I said it's a historical case. It is something all Black people all around the United States should know. And then once you study and we learn, now let's come together as a group of people and go as a group and sue the whole country on behalf of all HBCUs. You give them money and our kids go to HBCUs for free. Do that make sense? So that's one of the things that I like to talk about, what I say I come from, and what I think we should study more of. Go ahead, Forecast. It's on you.
No, yeah, I was definitely listening to what you were saying, and by the way, while we talking about HBCUs, because they already mad about that, young brother, they mad for real about that, and didn't you say like it was another person coming up, Bakari, that might go there next year?
You know what? I was gonna get on that after you speak, but look, not Jackson State. Oh, they real mad, right? Because the number one running back, he the number 5 football player in the country. His top 3 schools are HBCUs. He's from Florida. His number 1 school that he's going to visit is FAMU. They 357 hot. Is this guy? He's from Georgia, and he went and played at UCLA, right? He's transferring to Jackson State. But I'm gonna tell you what made him madder than that, Forecast. Y'all listen to me, understand me well. Deion had the power to pull a 4-star DN, white boy from Florida State University, to say he want to play for Coach Prime at Jackson State. Now you know that made them mad. It's okay for us to go follow them, but they aren't supposed to follow us. The movement is happening right now. We just too busy fighting one another where we don't see it. We too busy fighting one another where we don't see it. Go ahead, Forecast.
Yeah, yo, definitely, bro. And yo, it's the movement is happening already, you know what I'm saying? Because we did all them shows on that, and the first thing people gonna do is say, oh, they're gonna hate, they're gonna be like, Deion Sanders is gonna leave, you know what I'm saying? But they realize that it's over for them, you know what I'm saying? Alabama already losing, you know what I'm saying? They're not getting the best recruits, and that's gonna happen to all of their schools, and they know that, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. But yo, is there anything else you want to say on HBCUs? Because I want to ask you about leaders, because it's kind of tied to this too. But if you
go ahead. No, I'm good. I'm good with the HBCU. Go ahead.
Right, and definitely, yo, shout out to Bakari Faza for the stuff like he was doing, because what I'm saying, like Bakari be telling me, he was really putting in that work, and there's a lot of people that people don't know about that put in that work, and they wasn't scared, you know what I'm saying, but they also didn't suffer from the illusion of inclusion, which is a whole different ball game, you know what I'm saying? Like now, like regardless of how you feel about their character and all of this kind of stuff, like how did Elijah Muhammad, Noble Drew Ali, all these people get so many people, even because I be talking about the Bible, like the Bible is still the most sold book of all time, and people subscribe to this like it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I talked to Blue about this, I talked to you, Bakari, about this, and I want you to break it down. And if Blue listening, she can come on and break it down too. Like, I never understood why people need a leader so bad. Like, people need them to tell them how to eat, how to drink, how to sleep, like who to talk to, and all of this kind of stuff. Like, I never got that. Like, how do you get indoctrinated? And there's a lot of people that don't want to get into organizations because they be like, oh, I was a part of this organization and it was crazy. Like, how does stuff like the Jim Jones stuff happen? Like, I don't even understand. Like, my mom tried to take me to church when I was young. And, you know, I'm not going to go to church and sit there and get indoctrinated by it. Like, I don't understand. Like, people take it too literal when you say stuff. You know what I'm saying? And Bakari, that's why I don't even really joke about like the Bible stuff. Like we did that show, but like if I was to say that what I had said on that show about, you know what I'm saying, that you know, I don't even want to say that because people take that way too seriously. And it ties into that whole spooked out thing. You know what I'm saying? But why do people need somebody to tell them like, and then the leaders that they pick don't even tell them to follow their own self. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell you what to do, but you have the power to control your own life. Like nobody else has that power. Like I don't understand. Like why do people need a leader? And you know, shout out to my brother Tom to Work. Like he used to call me like King Quattro, you know what I'm saying? Yo, and you know, I appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? But like, yo, I don't understand that whole leader stuff, like, you know, but you know, go ahead, Bakari, my bad.
Like I say, man, you got to understand we are mammals. And once you get out in the wild, just study any mammals. Find me a mammal that is not pack animals. You can go to wolf. Look, think about it. Even the primates, the chimpanzees, the gorillas, you have a few solitary animals. You can go into the water. They're dolphins. They're mammals, pack animals. Killer whales, which ain't nothing but giant dolphins. They're not a whale. They're dolphins. Mammal, pack animals. Man, that's what we are. That's why there's a need for a leader because we are pack animals. And once we admit the fact and understand that we are mammals, we are animals. The human is an animal. We have a more developed brain, which I think that messed up stuff because we got away from nature. That's just my thinking. In some instances, I think wild animals, are smarter than us because they don't need nobody to tell them what to eat, what to think, to do. None of that. They just run in packs. They follow the leader hunt. Watch a documentary forecast called it's either called The Lone Wolf or The Black Wolf. It's like a 1 hour long documentary. It's about a wolf. And watch that pack. In The Black Wolf, he was the lone wolf. And he was an outcast. His whole pack had been killed. I forget how. I've seen this documentary about 10 times. And he just followed up and behind another pack. If the other males ever seen him, ever caught him, they would have killed him. But he survived eating their scraps until he was strong enough to help them take down, I forget what type of deer it was that they were getting, one of the big ones, not a moose, I forget, an elk. Then he became the leader of the pack. See, with religion is powerful. We have always even we'll talk about people that follow Christianity, it's the white man's religion, so on and so forth. Our people, throughout history, we always had something that we followed. There's always been a leader. You know, we were always, in all honesty, we were always spooked out, as you say. And it's funny, but it's kind of true. Well, voodoo, we were always spooked out. We always had gods, and we always, when you say a tribe, ain't no tribe leading itself. They had a tribal chief. That's why we are looking for a leader, because animals have leaders. People have leaders. Think about this. We think everybody should lead themselves. But since you say we at a war, and we all know we at a war, right? White people have leaders. Asian people have leaders. Arabs have leaders. East Indians have leaders. Hispanics have leaders. The group of people that don't think they need leaders and say we just gonna lead ourselves and should nobody be in charge. Look at that group of people. Then look at the group of people that follow. Then look at the other people that follow the animal instinct as far as leadership. and they follow their animal instinct as far as protecting their territory, which would be your neighborhood or your community. They follow their animal instinct as far as you go try to say something to. I was in this store one time, and this Indian dude looked at this black woman, nice looking black woman, nice body, and gonna say something to me. I said, what? I said, how about if I get one of your Indian women? No, that wouldn't be right. I say, so who the hell think you are to talk to me about a black woman? Keep those comments to yourself, or I'll whoop your. And my son be asking me, he said, Dad, when you go in this store, why you press him like that? I say, because this is a black neighborhood, he need to be pressed. I say, watch this. I even told one of my female friends, I said, watch this. I go in the store. I said, man, I'll pay for this next time I come back if I feel like it. Okay. I just go in there and get what the hell I want. Because this is our neighborhood and they scared to damn death. They scared to death. But that's what a leader, but they supposed, but he ain't want me to mess with their women now. I can do all that and he's scared, but he was gonna protect that woman. And that's what the leader's supposed to do. Every group has leaders. We supposed to have leaders. Not necessarily a dictator, but a leader. You have leaders. You have the one at the top. He had a board, so he can't become a dictator. You have if dictatorship bother you, and you don't want to be under dictatorship. I think people see dictatorship as being something. Every time you say dictator, that means it's something horrible. But black people love what's his name from Cuba? What was the guy name in Cuba that controlled Cuba all those years?
Gaddafi,
No, Cuba. Fidel Castro.
Gaddafi. Yeah, my bad.
Watch this. As long as he was in charge in Cuba, wouldn't he been a dictator? He just wasn't an evil dictator, I don't guess. But you need leaders, forecast. Dr. Claude Anderson. What's the guy named from Detroit a few years back went to prison? Kwame Kirkpatrick, something like that. That probably ain't his last name. But y'all know who I'm talking about. He was the mayor of Detroit. A young brother, and supposedly got caught up in these schemes and went to federal prison. Black people in Detroit was literally building a section of the city and named it Africa Town. Now, Dr. Claude Anderson didn't like that. He's the starter of Black Americans. Stop calling yourself an African. And he have a problem with that. But it was called Africa Town. He wanted it to be called Black Town. So I guess they hyphened Africa, Black Town. Him. And then there was 3 members from the Detroit City Council who co-signed everything he said. Say them people didn't march on streets. They didn't say no justice, no peace. He said you got the leaders of the Oriental community, the Arab community, the East Indian community, the Hispanic community. And they went to the mayor. They went to the city council. This city is too black to have something called Black Town because y'all gonna crush our business. The leaders of their community did. The leaders of their communities did. Everybody had leaders, my man. So Jermaine Thompson, what you disagree with? I'm glad you listening. I'm just saying, let me know what you disagree with. So forecast. Now, can you name people that don't have a leader other than black folk? Because we think black folks should lead themselves. So can you name a group of people that don't have leaders?
Well, first of all, Jermaine, you can come on too, bro. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could definitely say that. And Bakari, like, and I'll say this too before I answer the question. But I agree with your points that you're making. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll say like that. But to answer your question, well, matter of fact, like, I'll say this. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I get what you're saying, and I feel what you're saying. Like, But at the same time, like, yo, because this is the thing that I don't get, you know what I'm saying? Like we need somebody to tell us like what to eat, what to do, you know what I'm saying, where to sleep, what to put on our face, you know what I'm saying, what kind of clothes to wear. Like some stuff is like, yo, you can like think for yourself, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, I understand like being inspired by somebody, following somebody, and like Bakari, like I said, I agree with because not only you, because Blue been breaking it down, and I get exactly what y'all saying, you know. I just don't get like, because we take it to a whole new level, and then we start getting on like, yo, there's no one leader but like the honorable Elijah Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? There's no one leader like the noble Drew Ali, you know what I'm saying? Like we take it to a whole new level to where we get spooked out to where we can't do nothing. Like this person says breathing air is good, so let me breathe air. Like, come on, like how far do you need somebody to lead you? You know what I'm saying? Like that's my only thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you know, when you overhearing everything you've been under, and somebody can say something that sound good, right? We didn't.
Hey, Bakari, before you say that, and that's not to say nothing about any of those people I named. I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Oh no, I know you're not saying anything about them.
Yeah, just for the audience, you know what I'm saying? Because I know
Yeah.
somebody be like, yeah, it's not true about, you know what I'm saying, that their leader, you know what I mean? But yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
Okay, watch this, right? Let's say, and we still a lot. Look at the foods that we were eating, right? Slave foods. Actually, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. I'm not gonna call it slave foods. I'm gonna call it survival food. Because the one thing that I learned about food that we call slave food, and the biggest one that we laugh at is chitlins, right? Everybody laughs. We'll make fun of black people today eating chitlins. But the reason I switched it up and called it a survival food, because every group of people that has been oppressed, right? They have eaten the same stuff that we ate. The British, when they were oppressed and going, they did like a chitlin jerky. I guess that's what it would have been called, right? Oh, so you're right. But see, that's why when I said you have a leader, you have a board. See, Jermaine, I agree with that. But we are supposed to be grooming. And when I'm saying leader, it's just not one supreme leader. That's why there's a board. That's why there's everything. And we have, okay, let's give it a military structure, right? Let's give it a military structure. Joe Biden is the highest ranking person in the military as president. Then you got Kamala. Then you have whoever come after Kamala, so on and so forth, right? So you're grooming people and you have other people in place. And I agree with you, that is what happened to a lot of our movements because no one was ever put in place. Now, I can say this, and this ain't me talking negative about nobody, this is just the truth. Elijah Muhammad was in the UNIA. The Nation of Islam hate to even give Marcus Garvey his credit, that say that's who Elijah Muhammad learned from. Excuse me, not everything, but a lot of stuff from, right? It's obvious Elijah Muhammad had the ability to lead, regardless of how people feel about it, right? So just imagine with him having that ability to lead, and he remains in the UNIA, and he's next to Marcus Garvey. So then when Marcus Garvey is deported, you got the person that's next to him already there. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how it's supposed to be. And what happened to it? People get Maurice Muhammad, he was two in the UN. I have no idea. Y'all hate to give Marcus Garvey his credit. He was two in the UNIA. That's why do you think the women in the Nation of Islam dress the way they dress? They got it from the Black Cross nurses. Even the FOI, they got their dress from the men in the UNIA. He was in the UNIA. And it's okay for him to be there. So in the point that I was making with his ability to lead, I wasn't saying anything negative. I say with his ability to lead, when Marcus Garvey had 2 million, Say if he had been there to step up to take the place, that movement with that 2 million in there, that movement with the 2 million people in the United States, and some estimate up to 15 million worldwide, right? You have 26 African nations that use, I'm gonna just use Ghana for example. The black star in Ghana's flag come from the black star line in the UNIA. So if the next leader who had that ability to lead had been there when Marcus Garvey was deported, the movement with those millions of people would have continued. He would have continued. But that's where it's supposed to be. And now we have so many people, like Jermaine Thompson said, they get deleted. So now you have people now that's afraid to get in that position because of what has happened in the past. But guess what? We don't have to put our leaders out on the forefront. They don't have to be out there on the forefront. Like I said, I saw somebody the other day in this channel called Pan-Africanism Strike Back. He put in the chat, Team Black. Now, who been saying Team Black forecast? What 2-3 channels been saying Team Black?
Yeah, you been. Well, I see you say it.
We say Team Black.
Yeah. That's the I see.
Okay,
I'm saying
it's
I see you
Black.
put it in other chat rooms.
Yeah. So if people don't know, you don't have to know the leader.
Hey,
Well, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Bukhari. Yo, and yo, what's going on, Maurice Muhammad? You can come on too, my
Oh
brother.
yeah,
You
the
already
link in
know
the
it's all
chat,
good.
Maurice. Come in. The link in the chat.
Right, yo, shout out to my brother Maurice, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he the one that kind of you know, talked me into getting onto the live. So, you know, shout out to the brother right there. You can come on, bro. Him and Bukhari was on my first live that I ever did. So, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate these brothers. But yo, Bukhari, let me say this though, because like that's the thing. Like, one concern about, like, I believe in a council, not necessarily a particular leader. Now, what if this leader is wrong? Like, he want to say, okay, I'm gonna issue a mandate or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, but nobody else agrees with it, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't believe, because what you already said, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's the
Now
purpose of the board. Yeah, that's the
yeah,
purpose of you having a board. And that way, one person can't just do whatever the hell they want to do.
right. But that's the thing, like sometimes like that's what I'd be like, yo, people are spooked out because sometimes you can't yo, my brother, what's going on, my brother?
Peace and blessings, big bro. How you
Yo,
doing?
I'm good, man. How you been, bro? It's been a while, bro. How you been?
I'm better now. I'm a whole lot better. That COVID had me for a while,
Oh, damn.
and yeah, it took me and wife took us down for a while, but I'm slowly but surely starting to get it back together.
All right, definitely,
Peace,
yo.
Maurice, what's going on?
Peace and blessings, brother Bakari. I'm just out here making it another day, getting things together down here in Mississippi.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. What's been going on with you, yo?
Oh well, we just had a conference in September. We had our power building conference, and unfortunately, that's where I caught COVID from. But that was a very good conference. We had people all over coming down. We made some real good alignments. We put a proposal to the city of Marks, Mississippi, which is probably about 40 minutes away from where we live in Coldwater. That was received very well. So things are actually moving pretty rapidly. The Black First Political Party, we should have that squared away with all of our paperwork and everything, probably by February, and have all the money submitted. So at least starting in Mississippi, our Black First Political Party will be established. And then once we get it there, we're going to push it out to the other parts of the country. And we working with a few people to do something like a Million Man March to DC for reparations. So we got a lot of things in the fire, and I'm definitely going to be leaning on you to help get the word out and get you involved into this. And because there's a lot of work to do, bro. And you know, as we talk about for leadership, you know, we are a team, and you know, one person calling all the shots. We're sitting down at the table and making these plans. So, you know, we're going to need all the help that we can get in order to pull this off because getting for reparations for our people, since there's a lot of, you know, people out here talking reparations, you know, we want to make sure that we are able to lead this train to the right place, to the right destination. And so in order to do that, that means we got to get out there out front of it. So I believe we can get 1 million people, 1 million black people to come to DC and for this reparations. But it's what our time demands. And the way that our people's pockets are very slim, this reparations will come in very handy, especially right about now. So we're doing everything that we can, like there's no tomorrow, like there's no tomorrow. So like I said, we definitely going to be looking to pull you in there, get you up there with us working, and sitting you at that table. Yeah, that's where you belong. That's definitely where you belong.
Yo,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you, my brother. Yo, and yo, the email is in the thing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Hmm.
you already got my email. It's the
Yep,
same.
I got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So you can hit me up anytime, bro. Like, but yeah, you wanted to jump in and say something, or you want to jump in on the leadership thing? Like, I know you probably agree with Bakari on this one.
Well, I came in where Brother Bakari was saying the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was a part of the UNIA, and I was saying that that's not true. That's not in our history that he was part of the UNIA. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad had great respect and great love for Marcus Garvey. He said that Marcus Garvey was the forerunner for him, but he never said that he was a part of the UNIA. And where people will say these things, and as Brother Bakari said, look at the sisters, how the MGT dress and the FOI dress. Because people dress similar, don't mean that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was in the UNIA. It just doesn't work that way. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, if he was in the UNIA, he would say, I was a part of the UNIA because he taught us to love Marcus Garvey. So it's not like that's something that he would have hidden. He didn't hid. He wouldn't have hidden it. He'd have told us. So I just like for us to always just get the things right because it's history. It's history, and we have to understand that we're making history now. We're making history, so it's not really too much about what was done yesterday. It's more about what's being done today. So what kind of future are we creating tomorrow by the works that we do today? And so that's where I'm at. But what's the topic? Was it, do we need leadership? Is that what the topic is?
Well, I'm gonna give Bakari a chance to go in, and then but we was talking about like because I was saying, and I agree with what Bakari was saying, because I was like, yo, I never kind of got understood why people need them to tell like everything to do. You know what I'm saying? Like how people can't
Hmm.
make their own decisions. Like, and I understand like somebody like guiding you or giving you directions
Hmm.
and all of that kind of stuff. But I think like a leader should show you how to stand on your own to build your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like that's why because I never like I go to church or whatever. Like I never really got like in like I go instead of listening to the preacher, I try to read the book. I got to like the first 4 pages. You know what I'm saying? And I
Hmm.
never got indoctrinated by an organization. Like I don't like Bakari was telling me something about the Moors or something. I forget what it was. The orange
Hmm.
somethings or something like that. Like see, I've never got and I never understood that. You know what I'm saying?
That was not the
Hmm.
Moors. That was I was telling you about them crazy New Wapians. They had
Oh,
people
oh yeah.
that the
Okay.
orange Dominion and the brown Willyites and the green Pickle people.
Okay. Yeah. See, I never
Hmm.
understood that. Like, cause
Okay, let me say this right quick, right? You say you understand, so watch this, right? This country, these people came here and built a great country for themselves, right? However, they did it off the backs of free labor. They built a great country for themselves, right? So do you think every person came here from Europe was like, I'm gonna have my own mind and go do my own thing? Or do you think they came here together and had a leader to say, this is what we need to do?
You said when they came here?
I say they have built a great country over here for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because how they built it, off the backs of free labor. We know how they built it.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think when they start coming here, do you think if they come here and say, each one of y'all for yourself, or we gonna go over there and we got a leader and it's what we want done?
They told them if they come over here, if you don't plant it, if you don't grow it, then you won't eat. You know what I'm saying? And really, they sent their criminals, like they sent them over here, and
But
like they
that ain't
told
the
them
question though. But I'm
they.
saying,
I don't know about the leaders part. I
I'm
don't
saying,
know.
do you think they had leaders? Do you think they was told what they supposed to do when they get here? Or you think each person
They
just
had,
came?
the governor told them what to do.
Guess what that means? They had leadership forecasts. Everybody have leadership. Everybody.
Yeah.
Humans, man, we're pack animals. We're mammals. We are pack animals. That's why I say in some instance, where I know who Edward Wilmot Blyden is. Yes, I most definitely know who he is. Sister Ross. But when I say that, that's why I say every group, we're pack animals, right? And I know because of everything that has been said about Black people in this country and the history and how they tried to make us look and say, oh, they act like animals. But in all honesty, we are animals. And I'm talking about the human species in general. We are animals. And we are pack animals. That's why your hood, where you from, and you coming up, this my hood or these my people, that's who you run with. The people from over here, this because you ran in packs. We're pack animals. And you have a leader in that pack. That's just how I look at it. I try to simplify it. I get away from the religious books. I get away from all that. And I just try to simplify it. Look at the wolves. Look at the lions. Look at the dolphins. Look at the deers. Look at the elephants. Look at the gorillas, the chimpanzees, the monkeys, the baboons. I get it, Mike.
You know, one thing about that though is that those animals that Brother Bakari named, they don't have the ability to reason, right? They don't have. We have the ability to reason. They don't have that ability to reason. And as far as that, we run in packs. When we're underdeveloped, then our minds, we're in an animalistic state. You know, like a little baby cry when they want something, you know, they don't want, they go off until they get their way. They're in an animalistic state. But as the human being develops and learns the ability to think, learns the ability to reason, learns the ability to read and to understand, and then can make logical decisions. See, if a leader, what are they leading you to, right? When we stop and we think about Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, all of these leaders that came up, what was the condition that our people were in? And then you look and see what the condition we were in. Then what were they leading us to, right? Marcus Garvey leading you to pool your resources and hey, we African people, let's go back to Africa, right? You have Marcus Garvey thing. Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we're independent people. We need to separate from the cracker, from the devil, and we gods, and we need to do our own thing, right? Now, within all of these different camps, you had other people that pop up, like Malcolm X and other people who said, okay, yeah, I like this. But now Malcolm X have a disagreement with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So Malcolm say, I can think for myself. Then I'm going to go out and I'm going to do this way. I'm going to do it my way. See, leaders lead you to a point, but they should also be leading you to develop yourself and your awareness, because your first leader is yourself. Yourself. If they're not helping you to think for yourself, then they're not being a good leader for you, right? It's just like me. I was in the Nation of Islam, still a member of the Nation of Islam. But I'm out from that branch and I'm doing my own thing, right? And I'm using my brain, my head, and I'm thinking, okay, this needs to be this. So we do need leaders for certain things, but then you grow. There's a time that you grow and you say, okay, well, I'm ready to do this way, and then you lead your path. You lead. It is all about the human development, and and this is part of our problem because we have not been developed properly. We have not been taught properly. And because we're not taught properly, that's why we walk around and we do things like animals in a pack. Because the cracker never wanted you to be able to think. That's why one of the greatest things that they've done to our children is don't teach them when they go to these schools, they don't teach them how to think. They don't teach them how to reason. They teach them, do this, do what I'm telling you, do what I'm telling you, do what I'm telling you. But they don't teach them to think. And if they can continue that pathway, then our children is going to be destroyed because they're not thinking individuals. They're just following because this is what that person say without being able to challenge it intellectually. They don't want you to think because the minute you begin thinking, that's the minute you're going to see that this is a problem and I need to change directions because this is not working for me. So we have to be thinkers. We can't be on that animalistic stage. If we stay on that stage, we're going to perish on that stage. And I rest my mind.
See, I'm a firm believer in, right? I'm a firm believer in our complex brain and everything has messed up a whole lot of stuff.
Hey, Bakari, hey, hold on real quick. Hey, person kid, if you want to come on, my brother, let me know. I'll put the link in the chat. But go ahead, Bakari.
I honestly believe that our complex brain in the ability to think that we do overthinking and it messed up a whole lot of stuff. Things are simple. I'm gonna use Isaiah T. Montgomery for an example. Y'all know who he is? That's the guy that built Mount Bayou, Mississippi. He said, we're not gonna vote in their election. This is their country. We're not gonna be part of it. We're gonna create our own. We're gonna create our own town, our own community. We're gonna create our own businesses. We're gonna do for self. They built banks. They did this. They had a whole lot of stuff there before it was systematically destroyed. Not destroyed by military because they had the military. They had their militia to protect them, but it was destroyed in another way. I was living when it got destroyed. It was in 1983 and it was built and it started being built on in 1875, 76. But anyway, and the town is still there. But anyway, he just made it simple and said, this is what we're going to do. Him, his cousin, he was the one that started it. So they talk about him more and say he was the leader. You just make it simple. I'm just a firm believer in, want to do something, we gonna make it. We're gonna simplify it to win and get the things that we have to do. Now, do I agree that each leader, I do believe in order to be a good leader, you have to be a good follower. I do believe that because some people you're born leaders, but you still have to learn how to lead. And the way you learn to lead is by being a good follower, following a good leader that's leading you the right way. Some people, I think a lot of times you say you don't get why we're doing what we're doing. It's out of frustration. It's out of oppression. It's out of being suppressed. It's out of any kind of press you can think of. Oppress, suppress, depress, compress, full code press. Any kind of pressure you can think of, we have been under. So we're looking for a way out, right? So then we would join these groups with somebody teaching you. We got some green pickle people coming from outer space. And it's easy to get somebody who's looking for a way out, who's looking for something good to say about themselves because of what they've been taught. So now I can get you and say, you know what? We related to the brown Woolleyites and the orange Dominions. which makes no sense. But I'm just saying our people is looking for a way out. That's why, for the most part, I might crack jokes, but really belittle our people that has joined organizations, that's part of groups. I really don't do that because now everything I'm speaking from my opinion. What I believe that our people is looking for a way out. That's why it's easy to get them for something that sounds good. And with religion, man, I haven't had it so bad on earth. It got to be better somewhere else. That's just my take on it. But I'm gonna give the mic to somebody just came.
Yeah, yo, my good brother MG2, and then I'm gonna let Muhammad, my brother Muhammad and Bakari, if y'all want to finish it up before I say, because like when I talk, it's gonna go into the last thing before we wrap it up. So yo, what's going on, MG2, my good brother? How you doing?
Always good. Thank you guys for having me on the panel, man. I just wanted to listen to you guys because I don't want to take away from the flow of the show. It's good to hear from you again, brother Muhammad. It's been a bit. Brother Bakari, you know the answer to the question I'm going to ask you guys. I'm going to try to make it brief. First off, Brother Muhammad, when you were talking about animals and whatnot,
Yes, sir.
and I love to watch animal behavior. In terms of reasoning, it's quite possible. I may be wrong, but I like to look at the record, not the history, not anything else. I like to look at the record. In terms of reasoning, I think animals might have an advantage. I think even the monkeys that we look at and observe and think that they're just acting on instinct, I think that they might have a little bit of a better advantage of reasoning, like a gazelle, like a Komodo dragon, like a lion, because I look at their record. These are things, species that have been around for millions of years longer than people. So clearly they have a reasoning in order to survive. If I look at the two-legged species, and as well as humans, and I call humans us as black folk, and two-legged species of others, I see that the track record is definitely not mirroring that of animals that had enough reason to be around for a long time. If you look at the condition of the planet, you look at the condition of survival of these, these so-called pills and shots they want you to take, and plastic and radiation and pollution. I tend to think that animals, it seems that they have enough reasoning not to have that in their environment for millions of years. Yet, and then I'm going to break this up between humans, i.e. Africans, black folks, and then non-humans, others. I look at the record that there might not be an advantage of reasoning there because we, as Africans, have allowed another species to come in and destroy this planet. Thus, they clearly, they're continually doing it. Therefore, they're at fault for actually the destruction or the lack of reasoning to keep the planet in, somewhat in a pristine shape. And we as Africans and black folks are at fault as well for allowing them to do what they're doing and continue to doing what they're doing, clearly. Because if they're not stopped by us or someone else, they're going to continue to destroy the planet like something that animals have never done. And I'm pretty sure Africans haven't done until other individuals showed up, crackers and otherwise. So I may be wrong. I'm just looking at that in terms of reasoning. And I just got to thinking, maybe I'm wrong. It's just something I've noticed out of watching something that's been here for millions of years that didn't have to deal with radiation and destruction and, and wars and everything else. On the other hand, Brother Bakari, you know the answer to this question right well. And I want to ask you real quick, what are the qualities of a leader? And I'm going to ask you, Brother Muhammad, first, what is your determination of leadership?
What is my determination of what is leadership?
Yes.
That's a good question. If I'm understanding your question is what is the determination of leadership? To me, to determine whether this is leadership or not, it is to see, are you yourself? Because as I say, you are your first leader. So are you yourself following whatever it is that your dictates or your thing that you're speaking about? I would say that would determine whether that's leadership or not, whether you yourself are following it.
Okay, I love that answer. Brother Forecast, what is your determination of leadership?
Yeah, I agree with what Brother Muhammad was saying. A leader is somebody who teaches you to have faith in yourself, like that you have the power to do something, not that you have to come and you know what I'm saying, like do everything that I say. No, you have the power to build your own stuff. And I think a leader will listen to what the people are saying. You know what I'm saying? A leader just isn't all for himself. You know what I'm saying? Like if the people want something, you know what I'm saying? Like, but a leader also is securing himself to know. But I also think that we should have councils as leaders, not just one person, because you know, like stuff could go get corrupt with just one person. So I believe in like councils, and even if it's like each individual thing nominating their own leaders and then putting them into a group to make group decisions, then that's a whole nother discussion. But you know, I think a good leader teaches somebody how not to be a follower, like my brother Muhammad was saying earlier.
Wonderful. Brother Bakari, and what is your determination of leadership?
Determination of leadership, first you have to have respect for the leadership position. And you have to respect the people who you are leading and who you are teaching. You have to be precise. You have to be goal-driven for your people, and you have to be ambitious. And if the leader have to get on the front line, because it's come down to that, you have to be able to go out there with your people and show them, I will do what it takes for us to win. I'm here with you.
Beautiful. Before I leave, I wanted to bring this back to the animal world. And I look at what leadership is. When I talked about animals being around for a long time, clearly they have had leaders. Lions have leaders. Hyena clans have leaders. This is that reasoning that they have over and above most two-legged species. There's a good brother, I think we all know him, and his tagline at the end of every video he does, he says, you have to love, respect, provide, protect. I'm pretty sure you guys know who I'm talking about. And I listen to his videos a lot. Love, respect, provide, protect. Now, when I talk about leadership, Dr. John Henrik Clarke said very well, the leader is the one closest to the enemy in pursuit. When I look at the reasoning of animals, they love their pride or their flock or their school or whatever, animals we call them. They provide because they definitely, you see, lions providing the ability for, female lions not to lose their kill to hyenas or whatnot, because that's what they do. They kill hyenas. They love, they provide, they respect, because of course they know who their enemies are and they pursue them, and they protect. I just want to get that out there to you guys because, like I said, it's a wonderful conversation, and I'm gonna listen to the rest of you guys offline. Brothers, I do appreciate you, and I'm definitely I'm thankful just to hear your voices and listen to what you guys got to say. Y'all take care. Hope that.
Thank you for coming on, MG2. Yeah, brother Muhammad.
Good being up here with you, MG2. Hadn't seen you in a minute. Good to see you. Go ahead.
Yeah, brother Muhammad, then Bakari.
Yes. Thank you, brother M2. It's good to hear from you as well. I think that putting what everybody said together, we have a very good understanding of leadership. You should have a very good understanding of your first personal responsibility, right? Because you are your own leader. And a lot of times, dear brother, what I find is that not only do those quote unquote big time leaders who people follow are not taking care of their responsibility to their lowest of their members, but the people themselves are neglecting their own responsibility to themselves, right? And that's a problem. That's a real problem. And if you're not able to see who you really are, then you'll never be able to get to where you really need to go. See, we're in a phase now where all about our national quote unquote leadership is all but gone. The only one that we have really that's about something is Minister Farrakhan. And we all see his condition. He ain't even doing as much as he used to be, right? It's our time now. They can't go back and look in Martin Luther King, or they didn't do this. Elijah Muhammad didn't do this. Farrakhan didn't do this. We on deck now. We are on deck. And it is very, very, very important that we do what we're supposed to do since we're on deck now. because the future generations are depending on us. It's depending on us. So we got serious decisions to make. And when the group came to me about being on this committee for this march, and I sat back and looked at it and I said, shoot, well, I got a lot of things that I'm doing right now in Mississippi. And this is something that's huge. And I sat back and I told him, y'all give me a minute. Let me think on and see if I have the capacity. And I was happening to going through my email. Then I thought, wait a minute. Brother Forecast, I can pull him. This brother, that brother, I can pull them. People that's just, doing something but not doing something really. They want something to do. We can reach them if we work together to get it done for the greater goal of our people. And that's where it's all about. That's the real leadership. It's us working together. We sitting at the round table together. And we're deciding and making plans and moving out on them together. That is what our people need. They need to see and understand that real unity works. They need to see that we can be able to do it. Even though we may not agree on everything, but we agree on the important stuff. And let's get out there and make it happen. I'll rest my mic on that part.
Brother Bukhari.
Sister Roy, I just sent you that email. Let me know in the chat if you get it or not. Well, I agree. Well, as long as we agree on the important stuff, we should want to be free. All of us want to be free. And you don't want to just hold on, and this works for me. Well, I don't hold on to bitterness with Black people because I don't had a problem with you, or we don't have problems. I don't hold on to that where it won't keep me from moving forward or keep us from moving forward, unless you're somebody who's sitting up here who talking about he want to see Black people die, right? But other than that, I try not to hold on and harbor any of those bad feelings toward what we can't move together. We don't have to be friends to be cool together. Peace, Brother Guy Nollywood Jr. We don't have to be best friends for me to say, you know what, we Black people, I want to see all of us make it. Even though I know all of us not. I still hope. But it's something there ain't no hope for, right? So when MG2 said what he said before he got off here, right? That's what that respect, love, provide, and protect. And I wholeheartedly believe in that. And when he said that, those are the answers. That's why the first thing I said came out of my mouth was you have to have respect. Respect for the position, respect for yourself, and respect for the people that's with you. We have to be happy to say we respect, love, provide, and protect for one another. And that's what a leader is supposed to do. And like I said, man, and I'm going to say this, then I'm going to pass to you. And when we talk about this leadership and we talk about how things should be, I do my best. Like I said, I don't want to. And I know how we feel because of everything been said, but I'm just being honest. You could talk to some of my other very, very, very close, and they'll tell you, yeah, he believed that animals are extremely smart. I believe animals are extremely smart. If you go back and you study our ancestors, look and see, why do you think, see, they tried to say it was animal worship. It was not animal worship. But a lot of those Black people, Egypt, not just Egypt, you can go to West Africa and you can see they followed nature. And a lot of those animals was their teachers. That was their teachers. By just watching and see how they lived and they survived. Pack animals, and that's what we are. We can try to deny it and say everybody lead themselves. but leading ourselves, look what it's gotten us. We need proper leadership. Now you can go ahead. That's it. Forecast. No, not it. But I'm just saying. I yield the mic. My bad.
All right, yeah, and because I agree with what both of y'all are saying, and yo, because I'm gonna say this, and then this is gonna be the last thing, and then we're gonna wrap it up, and but this is not the wrap up, so don't wrap up unless y'all gotta go. But yeah, so like, look, like, because what I was saying about this, right? Because like the problem is, right, black people really, really hate each other, like, and I know that it's not news to y'all or whatever, but yo, like the level of like hatred that we got for each other is like, I don't know. And I know it's not just pure hatred or whatever. A lot of that stuff comes from like fear or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? I completely get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand. But at the same time, because I understand what brother Muhammad is saying when he says that any good leader teaches you how to go for yourself. And Bakari, I understand what you're saying, and with Blue, because Blue told me this a long time ago. I just didn't understand why people take it so far. You know what I'm saying? But let me say this, you know what I'm saying? Because I will never, give up, because if something has been done, it can be undone. I know people will be like, yo, you'll never get everybody to be on the same page. And it's not about that. It's about creating a system to protect us worldwide. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to save the whole world. I'm trying to save myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do this because I want to have children one day, and I want them to be able to walk down the street and not have to be afraid. Matter of fact, I want them to be able to go to school and not learn that a psychopath discovered America when it's a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we notice that they don't even, the Italians especially, don't even say, oh yeah, Christopher Columbus never really came to America. No, they celebrate Columbus Day. But black people will say, no, this leader was this leader had this leader did this. You know what I'm saying? Instead of actually taking what is good that leader brought to you, or that organization brought to you, and building on that, because we don't have to reinvent the wheel. The wheel was already created. You know what I'm saying? And the title of the show is like, it's freedom, equality, or comfort. Like, do you want freedom? Because when it comes to freedom, you have to sacrifice everything. And like, I know people get scared if I be like, you got to sacrifice your kids because they think of some spooky stuff. But I'm talking about training them for war. You know what I'm saying? Preparing them mentally. You know what I'm saying? If it comes to it, be able to protect your house. Because if you're really about freedom, then you could be taken out anytime. So now your children is next in line, and teaching them to keep going. Now, do we want equality? Like, you know what I'm saying? We can go out here and hold hands and say kumbaya and like get the George Floyd bills passed. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to get the Stop Black Hate passed. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to get the money that the immigrants got. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we want? Or do we just want the comfort of being accepted into white society? I don't care how they treat me. You know what I'm saying? I know the white people on my job get paid more than I do. I know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, white people probably won't get racially harassed by the police like I do. But, as long as I can be here in America, I'm good. So what do we really want? You know what I'm saying? So, black people need therapy. Black people need healing, because we can't even pick leaders properly right now. You know what I'm saying? All of us can name leaders out here that's in the new age, you know what I'm saying, from today. You know what I'm saying? But we would be like, they aren't really leaders. They're scam artists. But, people decide, because like my brother Muhammad said, you pick who your leader is in the first place. So you really can't be led by nobody. Every decision is made by you. Like, who made that decision that this going to be your leader? You made that decision. That's why I don't understand that, because we don't even realize that we made that decision that this is going to be my leader. You don't need somebody else to tell you what to do. But, I guess people do. But, it's, what do you really want? Do you want the freedom? Do you want the equality? Or you just want to be comfortable here, you know what I'm saying, the way that it is? Because we can stop right now. I can turn this off. You know what I'm saying? We can forget that we ever knew each other. And, you know what I'm saying, we can just go back to our 9 to 5 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But, yo, I'm going to let y'all brothers go in as long as y'all want on that, you know what I'm saying? Either one of y'all first, it don't really matter.
Brother McCall, you can go ahead since you was here first. You can go ahead.
for the most part, right? We don't choose our leaders. The media choose your leaders. TV, radio, and now social media. So your enemies are the people that want to keep you oppressed, suppressed, depressed, under all kind of pressure. That's who choose your leaders. That's why you will never be an algorithm where 500,000 people gonna see your videos. That's why I'll never be an algorithm where 500,000 people is gonna see my videos because they don't want anything positive. And that's why being Uko, what he's doing and what he's working on, us rocking with him, that's why that is so important, right? What we need to be doing. That's why that's so important. But they tell us who to follow. They gave us Al Sharpton. They gave us Jesse Jackson. We don't choose, they choose who the majority of our people follow. And if you put it on TV, they gave us Black Lives Matter. We didn't choose Black Lives Matter. They chose it for us. And they're going to be the big, everything they choose, there's going to be the biggest groups. It's going to be the biggest organization. And it's going to have a bigger impact amongst our people than the stuff that we do for whatever reason. Well, it's not for whatever reason. It's because they control what people see and what people hear. They gave us Colin Kaepernick. We didn't choose Colin Kaepernick. I chose Marshawn Lynch. So for football, that is. I'm going to tell you why. Because for people who didn't know what Marshawn Lynch was doing way before you knew who Colin Kaepernick was, Marshawn Lynch has never stood for the national anthem his whole NFL career, ever. Do y'all ever think about why they put the camera on the Arab looking mulatto and not on the brother? Huh? Anybody ever thought about that? When they was mad with Marshawn Lynch for not talking during interviews. And he came out there and said, you know what, only reason I'm talking, because my granddaddy told me to talk, told me to stop giving y'all people my money, so I ain't gonna answer no question. So then he came back and he said, you know what? Where the real Africans at? Where the Africans at? If y'all show me the real Africans up in here, the real African Americans up in here, I'll answer some questions. So then one black dude stood up and said, well, I'm here. And he was like, well, you say you real African like me. I answer any question you want to know. You can know my whole background, but promise me you gonna come to my neighborhood so you can see what I'm doing that's more of an impact than the NFL. If you come out there and help with me, I will give you any interview you want and answer any question you want. But they gave us Colin Kaepernick. Have anybody heard from him since he got his money? I'll wait. Since he got his money from the NFL, since he became in a ESPN Athlete of the Year, since he got the contract with Nike, ain't nobody heard nothing from him. So they give us who they want us to have. And since we follow what they say so much, we would choose that over what me and you would say. Now you're the mic.
All right. Yeah. My brother just fell off. Yeah. If we come back on, yeah, you can definitely come back on because I want to hear what you got to say, and then it's gonna be a wrap after that. But anyway, like as far as what I'm saying, like black leaders. All right, hold on, he about to come back on. Hey, it said device is not connected, bro. All right, there we go. All right, brother Muhammad, you there? Brother Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's on you, my brother.
Okay, perfect. I don't know what happened.
Hey, you going in and out?
Okay, let me move. Can give me about 3 minutes. Let me move to a different spot where I should have better sound and reception. Give me about 2 minutes.
All right, yeah, you good, bro. All right, well, I'll go, you know what I'm saying now, cause and I appreciate both of y'all brothers for coming on. Like, y'all, I don't even know if y'all go back to my first live or whatever. These two brothers was on here, and they inspired me to go on there because I was just doing the videos. So but like when I was talking about black leaders, right? Like, see, like black leaders are that's really about the people are killed and erased from history, like they mentioned before. You know what I'm saying? And this is not saying that you need a black leader or nothing, because the truth is that stuff is an energy. You know what I'm saying? It's not a person. See, they try to stop the rise of the Black Messiah thinking it's an individual person. It's not a person, it's an energy. And Bakari and most of y'all know that I always talk about Ida B. Wells. It's not to put her on a pedestal or nothing like that, but I do think her name should live on. You know what I'm saying? And I would call her my hero, but that don't mean that I follow everything that she do. That don't mean that I do all of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But black leaders, like it was a brother named David Walker who made the appeal to colored people around the world back when the only colored people was just us. You know what I'm saying? They didn't add the Mexicans like we did and all of that kind of stuff. Like, he ended up missing, dead, gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a brother named Madison Washington. I don't even know if people heard about this brother, but I be telling his story all the time, how he escaped from slavery 2 times. You know what I'm saying? He escaped by himself, but his wife was still in bondage, so he went back into slavery and put, you know what I'm saying, like I like the stuff that they use to chop the stuff off, you know what I'm saying, like you know like blades or whatever. They tucked it in his clothes, went back to get his wife to free her, and he ended up getting caught. Now he um was put on a ship to go to New Orleans with like a bunch of other people, you know what I'm saying, which is another thing, because people believe in interstate slave trading where they put them on ships, but not the other thing. But anyway, this brother went there. He killed everybody on board. You know what I'm saying? Freed them. The story is he went to Africa. I know somebody will say it's not true, but they just didn't say that because they don't even know about that story. But he ended up freeing a lot of people by selling them to Africa after killing everybody. And you know what I'm saying? And his wife happened to be on board. So he freed his wife. But we don't hear about that story. We hear about Amistad, you know what I'm saying? Because they was on there talking about give us free. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we got to be aware of black leaders who are able to sustain themselves and stay in the community and especially be supported. You know what I'm saying? Like the NAACP been around for hundreds of years. And Ida B. Wells was one of the founders with W.E. Du Bois. But she was the first one to call him out because she was like, why do they keep having a Jewish president? You know what I'm saying? So she was the first one calling them out. But we see they're still here today. And it was the NAACP through Thurgood Marshall who pushed the integration movement, you know what I'm saying? Which is the thing about leadership, you know what I'm saying? Like Elijah Muhammad was able to get millions of people to follow him. Marcus Garvey was able to get millions of people to follow him. But today, right, we live in the illusion of inclusion. So it's going to be 10 times, 100 times, a million times harder because there are more people that look like us that will go on TV and say, wear the MAGA hats and say white supremacy don't exist and take that check. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, through Thurgood Marshall, they pushed the integration movement because it was not for integration. We trusted each other. Bakari is good enough to be my connect if I need a dump truck. Brother Muhammad is good enough to be my connect. Raw is good enough. Erica, my brother Slang Nocturnal, Jermaine, they're good enough to be my connect. But the NAACP said, no, you have to have white people to be equal in this society. You know what I'm saying? And you see this organization is still today. That's why we got to be careful of people still pushing the Democratic plantation on people, you know what I'm saying, telling you to go vote for Joe Biden. this dude, I don't even care about presidents, but this dude needs to be impeached. You know what I'm saying? But like MG2 was saying, like it would get the same thing with Donald Trump. He probably do the same thing. I don't know if he do the mandate or not, but most likely, because now he's taking credit. And now people like Candace Owens probably about to get her coon wake-up call. But, you know, that whole thing is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot trust leaders who are able to sustain themselves for like a long time, like without backlash, especially like the NAACP as the example that I'm using. You know what I'm saying? But yo, brother Muhammad, you can go ahead, my brother.
All right. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. You know, and I want to say this too, because we got to understand, right? Now, leadership, as we were saying, you choose your leaders, right? Well, for me, when I heard Minister Farrakhan, and I was like, damn, you know, my first thing was, I just come out of the church, and I know that nigga up there on the stand, he lying. So I'm listening to Minister Farrakhan. So my automatic thought was, he must be lying too. So I went and researched what he said, and I found out, oh no, he telling the truth. That's my leader. That's my man. And I went down that course. Now we noticed that they take him off of TV. They don't give him much airplay or nothing. Want to kind of wipe him away so the people are not able to see. Some people was like, well, we thought Minister Farrakhan was dead. He wasn't on TV no more. We thought he was dead. No, it's just that the media won't give him no airplay. And it's just like me. People thought, you know, I'm off of YouTube, I'm off of Facebook, I'm off of this, off of that. No, it's just that they keep terminating my damn channels. And why do they terminate my channel? Why do they keep terminating my profile? Because A, they know what I'm saying, it is the real deal. It is the real deal. And if our people listen, if they listen and they follow, then their condition is going to change. I said that we're going to Mississippi and we're going to take over. You done watch me come from Nashville to Illinois to now I'm in Mississippi. Now I'm in Mississippi. This not no pipe dream, right? This is reality, and this is war. So every time that they shut down my channel, they done shut down my channel so many times in a 3-year span. I done lost so many channels in a 3-year span. They only let me get up to 500. Once I get to 500, boom, it's gone. It's gone. They've attacked our website. They've attacked our different little apps that we were on and doing our meetings. They came in and just wiped us all out. Wiped us out technology-wise in these sites to cut us off from the people. This is what they have done. Why? Because we are effective and we are real with what it is. We got to understand that you cannot allow for this cracker or anybody who think like a cracker to think for you. You just can't do it. You got to understand your own self. You are greater than any of these animals. If the animal, if the lion, the tiger, the bear, if they were better than you, if they could train you, then they would run you. But they don't run you. And you got to understand this. See, we suffer from learned helplessness. We suffer from learned helplessness. So you think that you can't do nothing except what the cracker give you permission to do. Because he breaded you like this. He made you like this. Oh, I want to get something done. We better go see if Massa going to approve it. Oh, we don't want to wake up Massa. We don't want to make Massa mad. Oh, bro, you shouldn't say this. You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Why? Because the cracker don't like it. That's my enemy. That's my enemy. It's his job to destroy me and my job to destroy him. We are enemies. But we as a people, we got to understand and we got to realize that we got to come out of that animalistic state and become a God. You got force and power. God means force and power. Now you got force and power, but how in the hell are you using it? How are you using it? See, right now I'm on a little mini tour, and I'm going from city to city. I'm in Philadelphia, sitting down, talking with different groups, energizing them and reviving their spirit for things that we got to do. And what I'm finding is that a lot of our people have gotten so comfortable, dear brother. They've gotten so comfortable, and they think massa, Joe Biden gonna take care of everything. When that's not the reality. The reality is Joe Biden wants his children, his grandchildren, to rule over your children, your grandchildren. Biden don't want you to be in a better spot economically, don't want you to be in a better spot mentally. He don't want none of that for you. He want to continue to rule you. But through your learned helplessness, you continue to rely on this no good, rat infested goddamn cracker for every damn thing. When you can get up and we will. We got to break free from that comfort zone and take our freedom and use it properly. See, your freedom dictates your behavior. If you don't believe you free, if you don't know you free, you condition. You think like a slave, therefore you act like a slave. So we gotta have that operation on our minds to free it up so that you can understand anything that you desire. You can do it. Be and it is. I said I'm gonna take Mississippi, make a plan, execute the plan, and do it. And I said this is gonna happen in your lifetime. And it's happening in your lifetime. I understand what we got to do. Ain't no cracker my leader. No, they're not meant to be our leaders. They're not meant to be even equal to us. But we can't punk out and lay down to them and then worship them. No, they're not even worth that. So we got to understand who we are, and we got to take charge. Like I told the brothers last night, take charge, goddammit, and stop letting this cracker run you. You take charge of your life, because you're the leader of your life. And if you tell me, well, I don't know how to do, I'm afraid, then you ain't worthy to live. If you afraid to take charge of your own life. Ain't telling you to take charge of nobody else's, take charge of your own life. And you can make a change, but you got to first free that mind. I rest my mind.
Yeah, definitely, man, yo, and I appreciate both of y'all brothers for coming on here, like for real. Like, yo, this is my first show. Like, people don't even realize, like, I had these two brothers on my first show, so like, it's crazy, you know. I appreciate it, and yo, I'm gonna give y'all time to go in and say everything that y'all you know, everything that y'all want to say. So take as long as y'all want, you know what I'm saying? And Bakari, and I know because Brother Muhammad would agree with you, and Guy and Raw and Blue, I know definitely would agree with you. But you know, like white leaders use the coons as a tool and a weapon, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't you, I think that we should be using them as a tool, you know what I'm saying, and weapons, you know what I'm saying, like for our own benefit, you know what I'm saying? But you know, that's that's another whole conversation. But you know,
I believe you use everything that's usable. Everything has to be used as a tool for your liberation. Like the great Dr. John Henry Clark said, and if it's not, you throw it into the ash, you throw it into the trash can of history. So if they can be used, you use them. Yeah, some of them might open some doors. But what do you have to do in order for them to open their doors? Do I have to change who I am? Do I have to do the boot scoot boogie for miles and more miles around for them to open their door? But if they can open their door, Because like I said, I'm a firm believer in this. Everybody that we call a coon don't even know they're cooning. They don't know they're cooning. You got the ones out here, Candace Owens. She know what she's doing. Jesse Lee Peterson. He know what he's doing. The Officer Tatum. He know what he's doing. Probably shouldn't even be calling their name. The Tariq Nasheeds. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. But then it's down to the people who's just diehard followers and can't think for themselves. Why Bet Carnell? She know what she's doing. But then you have the people that's diehard followers and have lost the ability to think. If they ever had the ability to think. And I have an idea why. And I still say, but they don't understand their cooning. But the people at the top know what they're doing. They're bringing division. They're bringing xenophobic attacks against other groups of black people, not just black people from other countries. They always spew xenophobic attacks against people that's Pan-Africanists. They always spew xenophobic attacks because you raise the red, black, and green. The people that follow them don't understand. And then some of them, once again, you want to get out of this situation, and they think that's a way out of the situation. So I'm going to mention reparations. And since they're talking reparations, and I can almost see a make-believe check because we think, see, the revolution ain't televised. It's on YouTube. So she got 2,000 people in her chat. Cut the check, cut the check, cut the check. And in the process of cutting the check, while they trying to cut the check, oh, them Africans and them Haitians, they coming over here trying to take our money. Get that red, black, and green flag away from me. My flag is red, white, and blue. I ain't no African. Ever since we came here in 1619, we were America. We were black Americans. In 1619, we were black Americans. I was talking to somebody the other day. I say, so when did they? They said in 1619, y'all were Americans, so he wanted to correct me. We were still the colonies then. I said, so when did it become America? 1776. I think it was more like 1778, but okay. Right? Actually, the war was over before 1776, but anyway, 1778 is after that, but it was over before. But anyway, I say, so show me in any written documentation, because these people leave records. They got records of what they did, where they enslaved a black American. Show me where they said they enslaved a black American, or did they enslave African? So now y'all following somebody who done told you to hate your ancestors. By you hating your ancestors, you hate yourself. Because see, and then you hate me because I am my ancestor, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. You understand? So then you got the FBA. They gonna fight the ADOS. Then you got the new black media. All these people know what they're doing. All of these people who got these terms know what they're doing, but the ones that following don't. So forecasting, you say you're not as hard on the coons. For lack of a better word, coons. Maybe we need to think of our own word to call them. The race trailers. Or I'm gonna use the word the irritated Gina used. Them 21st century Mobutus, right?
Yeah, hey Bakari, hey, by the way, not to cut you off. Yeah, I agree with you too, because they used to be like, yo, I'm gonna chase that coon down and kill him, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And Uncle Tom was he was a person who tried to build a community, a black community, you know what I'm saying? So like we be having our slurs even backwards. But yeah, I agree with you on that. But my bad, go ahead.
So we gonna call them Mobutus. So you got some people that follow in Mobutu, and they don't even have no idea what they're doing. They're just looking for a way out. But the ones at top know what they're doing. Now, I have a theory. I say they're getting paid. I truly believe that. If they are not getting paid by the government, they know how to create enough confusion where they are literally working for them and they have black folks pay them. See, You understand what I'm saying, Forecast? That's what we're up against. Then you got the people who want to say, you know, we did this video called Fighting Losing Battles. So along those lines, we want equality. If you get reparations, you can get equality. This is going to be better. This is going to be better. This is going to be better. Who going to still be in charge of you? Right? I'm not saying should nobody fight for whatever they feel is important. But who going to still be in charge once you accept that reparations check? Or if reparations come, because I believe reparations is a pipe dream, that's me. But if that's okay, Jermaine Thompson, we ain't got to like the same. That's okay. You can still like Tariq Nasheed and me, and you can still be cool. I have no problem with that. That's all right. See how easy that was? We still good. Bro, me and you, we still good, bro. Now watch this. Internal, anything you do for yourself is going, you'll take care of it better than what somebody else give you. 48 million black people in this country while we arguing and fighting and bickering. I'm ADOS, I'm FBA, I'm the giant people, I'm the brown people, I'm the Wapian, I'm the Mo, I'm the Israelite, I'm Nation of Islam, I'm Pan-African. When it all boils down to it, we black and we have the same struggle. Now let's say we got 2 million. I'm gonna go again. So I'm gonna go back to the smaller number. Let's say we got 20,000 of those black people out of that 2 million. And 20,000 people put $10 a month. What's 20,000 times 10? What's 20,000 times 10? Shit, that's a pretty big $200,000 a month, right? So that'll be $200,000 a month. 12 months, what's that? $2.4 million a year. Within 1 year, we could have our own credit union. Because according to the NCUA, National Credit Union Association, if you're gonna be a part of that, all you need is $1.2 million or in assets or the cash to then you can have your own credit union. But since we want to be from under them, we keep our money in a black bank and we continue. And then instead of us constantly saying they won't loan us money for open a business, Jermaine Thompson can come to Team Black. Look, this is what it is. I got the plan written out. This how it is. Right now, this how I'll be able to pay you back. You understand? While we waiting for them to do something, let's us do something. I ain't saying stop fighting, but we have to start looking out for one another and don't just sit and wait. And I know everybody who say reparations ain't just waiting on them. I'm talking about the leaders of these other groups who saying reparations. That's all they think you need. And for white people to say you're equal. That's a losing battle, being equal to somebody. Somebody got to give you equality. So if somebody got to give you equality, you'll never be equal. It's just that simple. Because we're in a race, we're in a war. And everybody want power. So I don't want equality, I want power. That's what Team Black is about. That's why I named my trucking company B1, B1 Hauling. Everybody don't know what B1 means. When I talk to them about family tradition, everybody in the family middle name start with a B. So I'm the first one of the kids that kept it, so I'm the B1. But when I talk to my people, we know what B1 is. Pro-Black, Pan-African with a revolutionary mindset. And that's what we're working toward. That's what Metric Global Logistics is about. You understand what Blue is doing. Y'all hit her up if you're looking for a work from home position. That's what we're about. We're about doing things together and building together. And when somebody say they don't see a movement now, that's because they don't need to see it right now. But we know what we're doing, and we have made moves, and we have made moves together. And that's the movement, even just with the birthday thing. I'm going to stop because I'm rambling. Look, Forecast, I thank you for letting me come on your panel. Peace to everybody in the chat, man. I thank y'all for listening. I hope y'all like what y'all heard. This is your boy, Brother Vakari. If you hadn't heard of me, you heard of me now. Go to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Even if you don't subscribe, just check out a couple of videos. Come through, check me out when we have a live. Just come through, Team Black representative. That's what I am. We all Team Black. Peace. One love.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, Bakari. Like just real quick, what you want? Freedom, equality, or comfort?
power. Because
My
with power
brother.
comes freedom. With
My
power
brother.
comes freedom.
Yeah, my brother. All right, yeah. Brother Muhammad, yeah, go ahead, take as long as you want. Hey, and brother Muhammad, you could do it after or before you speak or whenever. Put your channel in the back or the chat or the back chat or something. So because I want to see your channel too. And so yeah, put your channel in there so I could put it in the chat. But yeah, go ahead, take as long as you want though.
Okay, yes, sir. You know, this is what I want to say. Reparations, right? And it's not a pipe dream. And I know, Brother Bakar, you've been saying it's a pipe dream. But did y'all know in the state of Oregon, there's a bill that's being discussed right now on reparations? They only got, I think, either 2 or 4% black. And out of that 2 or 4%, we know the number of black us that's not an immigrant is even lower. But they're discussing reparations. And the amount that they put forward is $139,000 a year for the rest of your life. If you're a descendant of slaves and you live in Oregon, this is what they're discussing right now. That if you qualify, and in the bill it tells you how to qualify. And all of us that's not immigrants could qualify there. Now, I don't want you to start packing your shit up and running off to Oregon, but this is real. You can research, type in your little Google, Oregon's reparations bill that they're discussing right now. We went over it last night. $139,000 a year for the rest of your life. Now, that's the state of Oregon. They're starting out at $139,000 a year. That's their starting point. That ain't the end of it. That's just their starting point. So we got to be able to understand what's going on here. We got to be able to see, hey, look, this thing is coming to reality, whether you prepared for it or not. And so our thing is, we're not going to let no sellout get in front of this thing and move it their way so it'll be a negative on us. And you walk around, you get your little reparation check for $20 every month. You know, that ain't gonna work. So we got to understand what needs to be done. We're talking about money. Or if look, for me, $139,000 a year was that's some good money. I ain't got to work for the cracker. I can do all my work that I'm doing it straight for us. Nothing else. And do shit else. Just do that work straight. Now, and like what we said to our brother who lives in New York City, and they're even discussing their own reparations bill in New York City. $139,000 for him. That ain't gonna really do nothing. You know, it'll pull him off his job, but you know, other than that, it is not going to take care of other things that need to be done. But these conversations are going on right now. So the question is, where do you want to be in this conversation? Do you want to be at the table, or do you want to be the one that's getting told this is what's going to happen? Because you're talking about the future of you and your children. This is what you're talking about. This is what you're dealing with. This is what you got to understand. This is that reality right now. These discussions are going on. And so, as I've said, what we've done in Mississippi, what we're doing, we're going to give reparations locally to everybody that's in the city, then everybody that's in the county, and then everybody that's in the state that, of course, is Black us. So we're working it so that if you're in Mississippi, you at least getting 3 reparations check on top of what we're going to get out of the federal government. So these plans and programs is happening in your lifetime. The question is, are you going to be involved, or are you going to sit on the sideline? See, this is why we got to show up. So when we do this million Black First March on DC,
just pull up, not a real march, but pull up, goddammit, and let your voice be heard. Let these motherfuckers see you. Let them understand what Fannie Lou Hamer said. If we don't have freedom, goddammit, they not gonna have freedom. If we not gonna get what we deserve, you not gonna have what you want. That's the time it is. We gotta speak like men. And we gotta be able to say what need to be said and do what need to be done. This ain't no jive time thing here. We're talking about the real deal that's gonna change lives. And you gotta understand what you gotta do. See, can't no punk lead you today. You gotta make sure that the person that you're riding with, that they are not afraid of what's ahead. You gotta understand that. Because this is war. If you've read the book, We Will Shoot Back, Baba Akinlele, he was at our conference in Coldwater. He was there with us in Coldwater. And he heard me and he spent time with me. And he told everybody there the difference between Brother Muhammad and all y'all. Brother Muhammad is at war. He's actually at war. And you got to understand this. So, for me getting COVID, I've been to our meeting place many, many times before, never masked up, but all of a sudden now, in the midst of the damn conference, I didn't get COVID, and a strain that took me down for months. For months. Damn it. Look here. Y'all just don't know. I thought I was going to die. I ain't going to lie to you. I thought I was dying. Ambulance, everything coming to my home. I mean, it was just that serious. I couldn't even hold nothing in my hand. I had lost so much weight. So much. When you looked at my face was all skinny. I didn't even like to look at myself in the mirror. And people were saying, brother, I think they were trying to kill you. I think they were trying to really take you out of here. Because everybody else that got sick came back. Boom, 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 boom. But me, I couldn't even talk. This was going on for months. I couldn't even talk for 5 minutes without having to stop and just chill out. I had to learn to breathe again all over. They had me on the damn machine that you blow in. And I gotta blow in it to push the thing up, the little ball up with my air. I had to relearn how to use these systems all over again. You got to understand that this is real, man. This real. They know their world is falling, and they know you are to rise. You are to replace them. But they damn sure don't want nobody telling you what the deal is. They don't want nobody pumping you up, motivating you to action. They don't want that. They don't want you to be at war. They want you to be comfortable. They want you to be docile. They want to be able to lead you. Now, brother, I remember we did this program, Brother Forecast. And you said, I look at the coon not so much as their fault, because it is a symptom of the overall problem. Now, when you said that, I said, he got something there. He got something there. And I held it in the back of my mind. We get down to Mississippi. I got this brother, he come up to me, request a meeting. And at first, from what people were telling me, that he was a coon. So my thing was like, well, what does he need to meet with me for? I don't need to meet with him. He don't need to meet with me. But he kept insisting. So, I said, okay, well, let's hear him out. And I let him come in, and we had the meeting. And he said, look, bro, I know people in the city don't like me. I know they see me running around kissing white folk ass, but I don't like to do that. They don't make me feel good, but I gotta feed my family. I'm a 3-time felon. I gotta feed my family. So I gotta do that, but I would rather your vision come to fruition so I don't have to do that. So look, this is what I know. Boom, 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 boom. And was running some information down for me. And I was like, oh, okay. And it put us in a better situation to be able to make better moves. And if it wasn't for you, brother, who put that idea in the back of my head, I'd have never met with the brother, and I would have never understood his position, because I would have never talked to him. I'd have never talked to him. But that was using him because he understood what we are about. And he understood that if we could bring this to fruition, he don't have to be no ass kisser to the cracker anymore. He'll be a free man. And see, this is the thing that we got to understand. There's freedom in what we're doing. We're not waiting for somebody to give us something. We take what we want. We take it because we are powerful. We are who we are. And ain't nothing gonna change that unless you desire not to be who you supposed to be. That's your decision. But for me, for my family, for my children, I don't want them serving no more cracker. I don't want them serving no cracker at all. So I gotta complete my assignment, because I don't want you to have to serve no cracker. I don't want you to have to kiss no cracker ass. I want you to be free as our God intended us to be. We are black first, period, point blank. We set the stage for that. We set the design for that. And everybody falls in line. This thing is just, we got to understand that the whole world is watching us. We have brothers and sisters over there in Africa, over in the UK and Somalia, that's following us, looking to see, is Brother Muhammad going to be successful with it? What is he going to do? How's he going to move? And when I got sick with COVID, they were over there scared. Oh, shit, our brother going to be gone. They was afraid. So all eyes are on us. Because the world, our people throughout this planet know that we are a special people. And we're born to conquer this enemy and show the world what can be done. That's why they always look to us. We pop up with the Black Panthers, they pop up with a Black Panther group. Whatever they see us do, that's what they do. So they're looking at us to see how we're going to do, how we going to be successful. And then they're going to do the same damn thing once they see us get it done. This is our time, family. This is our time to make it happen. We got to snatch it. We got to snatch it and run with it, because it's on us, period, point blank. It ain't on Martin Luther King. He came and died. It ain't on Louis Farrakhan. He did his thing. It ain't on Elijah Muhammad. It ain't on Marcus Garvey. It ain't on Noble Drew Ali. It's on you. It's on me. It's on us. So let us understand the time and what must be done. And let's not go at each other. Don't do that. Don't do it. Because the more you go at each other, who going after the cracker? Who going after the cracker if you spend all your time going at your brother? Who going after the cracker? Who's leading the way? Who's lighting the path? These are the things we got to think about, because this is war. This is war. And if you speak in what need to be said I guarantee you the people will stop and listen and help you do what need to be done. But you got to make a decision that you going to do it today. And you ain't going to rely on nobody else. You going to do it. You going to do your part. You know what you can do. You know what you're here for. When I'm walking around the city of Philadelphia and I'm looking at our beautiful people, I know what they can do. They got to be motivated and pushed in the right direction. And that's what I'm here for. To motivate you and push you in the right direction. It's time for us to not just to live comfortable. It's time for us to rule. It's our rulership that's at hand. Don't be hiding. Don't be scared. Hell, if you can't say what I say, you can still be bold enough to say, hey, you need to check out Brother Muhammad. You need to listen to this. Brother Muhammad, what can I do to help push this thing forward? There's always something for you to do. Because you are me and I am you. I'm no stronger than you, and you're no stronger than me. So let us work together in a collective manner and move the needle forward. There's enough money for all of us to get it because our ancestors worked for it. Our ancestors bled for it. Our ancestors died for it. And you gonna let this cracker get off and not collect your check? What is owed to you? This ain't no goddamn welfare. It ain't no goddamn Pell Grant. This is money that was fucking earned. And they kept it from you. Now it's time for you to get what's yours. And trust and believe. With the right mindset, you can change things overnight. But you got to be willing to defeat the giants. You got to be willing. I'm willing. I'm ready. See, you got to understand, we are born for this. We ain't born to carry no fucking picket sign and say I'm a man. You're not born for that, because that don't mean a goddamn thing. You are born to make war on this beast. That's what you're born for. That's what you're born for. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Because we go to war on this beast. The other side of that is freedom. It's freedom. Period, point blank. It is freedom. You want to be equal? No cracker can give you equality. You take equality. You want to justify your existence on God's green earth? Then you do what your nature tells you to do. Because right now, as a collective, as a people, we're not justifying our own existence. You let this cracker beat up the woman. You let this cracker beat up your brother. And you do nothing but stand there and watch and take out a phone and record it. You ain't no damn better than them crackers that stood around and watched us hanging from a goddamn tree. You doing the same goddamn thing. You just doing it in a modern way. When you can go and snatch your brother away from the cracker, where you can save their lives. This is the time. And this is what must be done. Now you get on your job, because I'm getting on my job. And you help me while we help each other. And we'll turn this damn thing around. This ain't a thing where we just talk and don't do shit. You watched me. You watched me go from Nashville to Illinois to Mississippi. You watched me do this. You watched it. Now you about to watch me take power in Mississippi. You about to see, and I told you, it's going to happen in your lifetime. This reparations, it's going to happen in your lifetime. In your lifetime. Don't you want what's old? I'm going to say this and I'm going to be quiet. When I was growing up, I remember my cousin saying to me, "Don't nobody owe you nothing." And I was like, why she say that? I ain't say nobody did owe me anything. And it always bugged me that she told me that. And I didn't understand it. I was a little boy in elementary school. I didn't understand it. Then one day it dawned on me. No, this cracker do owe me. Because these motherfuckers worked our ancestors from can't see night to can't see morning. I'm out there and I'm walking in these goddamn cotton fields. And look here, I'm out there in the goddamn farm with a tiller. I with a goddamn tiller and I'm walking up and down the damn aisles getting the ground ready. And they was doing this shit without a machine. Without a machine. And I'm having problems with a machine. And they doing it without a machine. You understand what they went through. Not because that's what they wanted to do, because that was they were made to do. And they made Mississippi. They made Georgia. They made America great. And America kept the wealth. I said, oh, hell no. They got to give us what they owe us. Because working that damn field, I said, shit, this is real work. What I thought was work ain't work. This is real work. You out there under that sun? Shit. I'm telling you, when I got off, and I wasn't even out there on the farm a whole day. I was out there for maybe, 2 hours? 2 hours. When I got back home, laid out on the couch, I was gone. I didn't wake up. Wife woke me up. I think it was probably like 12 o'clock at night. I was wore out from just 2 hours and using a machine. Imagine what they went through and they didn't have a machine. And their babies was out there. And they did it under the whip. And they did it under the whip. This is the reality of what we suffer, what they suffer. And this is what we got to do, because we got to avenge them. We can't let their labor, we can't let their lives be in vain. That they made America great and we suffer like nothing. We live like nothing. And these crackers sit around here and rich, living good off our family's labor. And you struggling from can't see morning to can't see night, working 6 and 7 jobs just to pay the bills. While these bastards living large off of what our ancestors worked. You better think about that. And look at your babies tonight. Look at your babies. What is the condition they would be in? Even if you got $139,000 a year, what kind of new condition would your babies be in if you collected that every year? And as I said, that's on the low side. But this is the discussions that's taking place around this country. Thank you, brother Forecast. I'll yield my mic for now.
Yo, yeah, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you for coming on here. I appreciate brother Bakari for coming on here. And yeah, my brother, like I'm the person that's gonna keep putting their face out here. Y'all know I've been doing that since day one. So I'm gonna keep putting their face out here. And hey, brother Bakari, hey, yo, one more time, what's that young brother in Georgia name again?
Malachi Mpata.
Right, Malachi Mpata. I'm gonna get it in my head, my brother. So yeah, let me put this in the chat real quick. This is my brother Maurice Muhammad page. I don't know if you can send the link or whatever. But if you just put this in there, his channel will pop up or whatever. But yo, I appreciate y'all for coming on. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is like the first show, and Malachi Mpata, right, Bakari?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that video up on here when we talked about his story. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all for coming on here. And as far as like the coons, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had this whole conversation. I'm not gonna get into it, but I definitely think that they should be used as a tool because the enemy gonna use them as a tool. You know what I'm saying? And it was about this real show is really, and I'm glad I talked to the elder brother and I calmed down before the show. And I ain't take it the direction I wanted to because this turned out to be a great show, you know what I'm saying? But this show was supposed to be about black people hating each other so much, like to the point where we don't even hate the situation that we're in more than we hate each other. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't come to that simple thing, and it's an emotional thing. You know what I'm saying? It's called business. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care where you want to stay at. I don't care where you come from. I'm talking about business. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the only group that'll be like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to talk to this person because you say you come from here. When at the end of the day, we really need to start talking about business, you know what I'm saying? And working together and building our stuff so that we can get out of this situation because I don't know about y'all, right? I'm tired of somebody else controlling my own stuff. Seymour said, Muhammad, would you mind your speech being used in a beat instrumental?
No, tell him he's welcome to use it.
Yeah, you got it, Slang Nocturnal. But yeah, like what we were saying, like this whole thing, like they need to be used as a tool. Like y'all, like what else do we have to lose? Like our parents like die way younger than they're supposed to be because of high blood pressure, diabetes, you know what I'm saying? They gotta take insulin shots, but we don't talk about our health and diet, you know what I'm saying? We can talk about, you know what I'm saying, like ancient, you know what I'm saying, stuff that happened, but we can't talk about current issues. That's why I stick to the current issues that's coming on today, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad I talked to the brother. But like I said, like if we can put aside our issues or whatever for the greater good, because like, I'm gonna be all the way real. This was a great show, you know what I'm saying? But like I think it would have been a better show, you know what I'm saying? If I would have loved to hear my brother Guy opinion on leadership, you know what I'm saying, and all the topics that we talked about. But I don't want the show to get to no certain kind of way. And much respect to brother Muhammad and brother Guy and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But like we need to start focusing on recognizing who the real enemy is, because guess what? When we go in our pockets to pull out money, none of our faces is on that money. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know what real wealth is. Wealth is controlling the actual natural resources. And it's ironic that if you think you come from America, if you say you come from Africa, and that's not to disparage what nobody say, but it don't matter where you say you come from because that's a land of abundance. And we somehow have got tricked to, because we've had this community thing a long time, yo. And Bakar, you right about letting everybody in because we like, yo, look at this pale face. You know what I'm saying? Let the pale face come in. You know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, right? Like we have got to start like learning who we are and where we come from. But we have accepted this individualism that we have adopted from the dominant society. And the irony is they learn how to put aside their tribal differences, because you could talk about African wars, Black wars, even because the most we're going to do is beef on YouTube, right? They had wars where millions of people died and they found a way to put aside their tribal differences to unify under whiteness, to attack us and exploit us and use us, take our land. Like, yo, I'll say like Malcolm X said, I don't know my last name, you know what I'm saying? So what else do we got to lose? You understand? But they have learned how to put aside their tribal differences for the greater good. Do they like each other? Maybe not. Will they fight each other? Probably. You know what I'm saying? Will they argue? They do all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like the Democrats and Republicans is them arguing for each other and us trying to be a part of their movement. You know what I'm saying? But when they talk about, that's why the Negro question is a separate question since Abraham Lincoln and beyond, since Thomas Jefferson and beyond, into Trump and Biden's debate. You know what I'm saying? What should we do for Americans? And then what should we do for these Negroes? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a citizen, you know what I'm saying, why they got to Why they gotta reinstate your rights, the Voters' Right Act every 25 years? You know what I'm saying? But that kind of stuff don't make us mad enough. And I show videos of us getting killed and tortured and all of this kind of stuff. And that's not good enough for us to be standing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like, you know, like Emmett Till wasn't enough, you know. I mean, Tamir Rice wasn't enough. None of this stuff is enough. And I don't know what it's going to take for us to put our tribal divisions aside and hate the condition that we're in more than we hate each other. And I forgot to ask my brother, Muhammad, would he rather have freedom, equality, or comfort? But you know, he can answer that. And yo, before I close out, Bakari and brother Muhammad, if y'all got any last words, let me know.
Okay, Brother Bakari, if you got last words, you can go first. I'll go after you.
Look, man, I just want to thank you for letting me on here. You understand what I'm saying, Forecast? And I'm glad the chat was here listening. But I'm going to tell you something, and this is something I stand with. To hell with equality. We want power. You don't want equality. Can't take equality. You can take power. That's what you want, power. I don't want to be equal. I want to be better. And we are better. So I want the power. I want to be in control. Control. That's what we need. Control. Control is power. And that's what I'm fighting for. And once again, I thank you, and I give the mic.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And brother Muhammad, would you rather have freedom, equality, or comfort? And then, you know, any last words?
Yes, sir, dear brother. I want freedom. I want freedom because that freedom will produce my equality and it will produce my comfort. But without freedom, I won't have no equality or comfort. So that's definitely what I gotta have. I gotta have freedom. And so I want to thank you, dear brother, for allowing me on. You know, I love you to life. Brother Bakari, it was awesome being on the panel with you. We haven't done this in years. Love you to life as well. To the chat room, thank you for your support. Thank you for anything and everything that you do to move us forward because we are a group. We are one body and we're going to get everything that we have to get. And I love you to life as well. And as we always say, you kill the nigga in you, I'm going to kill the nigga in me, and our God will reign supreme. We are Black first, today, tomorrow, and forever. Love y'all. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom.
Yeah, facts. Thank y'all, man. And I know a lot of y'all be thinking I be tripping sometimes, and Black unity is like far fetched, but yo, I'm telling you, it's going to happen. If this stuff been created this way, is a way to uncreate it. You know what I'm saying? Every action has a opposite to it. Everything has its own opposite. And I'm telling y'all, I will never give up, and I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know y'all think that it can't happen, and I don't care if y'all love each other. I don't care if y'all hate each other to the end of time, but y'all gonna be working together because since people need a leader, and if nobody gotta follow me, you can leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? But if you follow me, I'm gonna drag you to the lake. I can't make you drink, but I can put your head underwater, and you can either drown or, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Because for me, I'd rather for the whole world to be destroyed than to stay in this situation. You know what I'm saying? That's for me, but you don't gotta follow me, and it is what it is. But yo, let me say this, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know y'all probably heard these words before, but yo, I think that I should say this before I close out. Yo, people, keep on learning. Soldiers, keep on warning. Keep on warring. World, keep on turning, because it won't be too long. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep trying until I reach the highest ground at the end of the day. But as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we going to keep falling for anything.